and gentlemen, ignore the man in the background. Ignore the man behind the curtain complaining about his router. We are on lockdown LAN number, a million, maybe 2 million. I've forgotten. 17, I think we're at. 17. Tonight we're playing Dungeon Siege, which is a game that I have played a lot of, unlike Titan Quest, and I can remember it, unlike Titan Quest. Also, unlike Titan Quest, I haven't played it since 2002. So we have spent a bunch of time trying to get... We've got a very clever AI up-res texture pack. We have got the networking sorted, sort of. And we're just trying to get the game to go. So if you've not seen Dungeon Siege before, don't worry, we'll take you through it. And right now, I'm waiting for... Oh, right, Vandragorax is just joining. Look at this. Oh, you chose a skeleton as well. I don't think you understand. I chose a skeleton so I would stand out. Brilliant.
Evening, Adam.
Good
I
evening.
am indeed a skeleton.
Yes, so am I. It's best, by the way, if you just wear a pair of shoes and gloves. Yeah, have a chair leg.
Are you watching my web?
Am I? No. Right. So, Brian, I can't help you with your router. JK, can you 100% for an absolute fact confirm you haven't forwarded the ports and you didn't leave your PC in the DMZ? 100%, absolutely, definitely, you're not doing that because Brian can't join either. So believe it or not, I am running a high resolution texture pack. Now, as I said, don't get me wrong, this looks crap, but you would not believe how it looked without this texture pack. Okay, so JK says he's 100% not running it. Press Alt, by the way, so you can see all the weapons. Brian, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave that in your capable hands. All I can tell you for 100% fact is it's working fine at my end. And that's really all I can say. I don't get any further settings other than host or don't host. So, how would you describe your shadows? Do they? Yeah, just use the normal port. How are your shadows, Dave? Do they look really horrific or just?
They are very blocky. Yes.
Okay, that wasn't that then. Sorry, Brian. What were you saying?
Actually, worse now than they were when we were setting up.
I think it might be because you're a skeleton.
That would make sense. I have holes.
But yeah, you just joined with my IP address. You don't need to specify anything else. You just need to make sure that you're... what the fuck's the shadow doing there? I'm just watching the shadow when we go in and out. It's ludicrous. Just sort of goes wee. Yeah, and no other special things. It should just work.
A shared quest progression.
Yeah, I forgot why this game has got speech for nearly all of the main text, and it's entirely awful. Yes! Oh, it's got a leaderboard as well. I forgot about that for single player, for like most kills. Because you can actually set the game up to just run for like an hour, and then it's like a race to get the most kills or whatever. What are we gonna do about Brian then? What we're gonna? Because Rob had the same issue. Like, I don't know what to suggest. If it doesn't connect, Want to
try turning?
He's gonna try turning. Okay, you turn if you want to.
Turning it.
You let go the press to talk button too soon. Do you reckon JK is also going to be a skeleton?
I said I'm going to try turning.
Every single time you say that, you say, I'm going to try turning, and you're cutting off. JK, we're like 5 feet away. We're genuinely not gone anywhere. Actually, I say that. Where the hell are you?
There he is.
There he is. Oh.
He's in the farm.
Filthy fucking human with all his flesh. Here. Have a stick.
Now, unlike many games, this game does pose a dilemma of what do you want to be?
Ah, that's easy.
Because you haven't picked yet, and you can be anything you like.
That's easy. I'm going to work out how to follow you, and then choose a healing spell, and then just walk away and leave the game. Okay, I'm not touching. So this is my favourite thing about Dungeon Siege, is they took everything they'd done from TA, and they applied it to this. You don't micromanage. It's not like Titan Quest. I'm literally not touching, apart from scrolling the camera. My character is set to cast Zap. If I had a heal, it would heal people. So you don't have to... Well, you have to micromanage, which quite frankly, the novelty's worn off of micromanaging my ARPG character. That means I can just worry about switching spells and spinning the camera rather than click over here, click over there, click over here, click over there. All I remember is I have to get my my dexterity to 17 so I can equip crossbows, I think.
Are you going Dex, are you?
No, I always like... the crossbow has longer range than anything else, so I definitely always use that. And you need to have a summon as well. But it was interesting playing Titan Quest yesterday, because I remember Titan Quest very fondly, and it was really quite boring. Unsatisfying. Like, the combat wasn't satisfying, the sound effects weren't satisfying, the graphics, the particles, the loot wasn't satisfying either. Because I got a really good bit of loot early on, and then I got a good bit of loot that I used, and I got a shield for level 12. We then played it for about 4 hours. I didn't even hit level 12. Why did I get given a shield so massively far out of my ability to use it? It's
I must admit, Grim Dawn was a bit like that once I started getting into it. It just became a massive grind. And in a single-player game, that makes no sense.
It wasn't the grind is the issue. Like, I don't mind grinding. What I mind is, like, when you grind, it should be a linear progression. Not you get the best thing at the beginning and then nothing for 12 hours and then one more further upgrade. I mean, Titan Quest came after Diablo 2. They should have improved on the itemization. Diablo 3 massively suffered from this at launch. I remember playing I played Diablo 3 an entire Saturday, and I didn't get any upgrades at all to my gear. Nothing, not a single weapon. And they have fixed it since then, but that's when I was like, why am I wasting my time doing this? I want at least have items I might think about upgrading or moving to.
Didn't Diablo 3 on release also drop loot that you couldn't use?
Yes, but now it's got the weird thing where it drops. Oh, it's got a name for it. So I want to call it specific loot. So H is drink a health potion, and M is drink a mana potion. So you can't really die in this game. So Vandergorix, you'll come back to consciousness in a moment. If you die, you can turn yourself into a ghost, and then you'll respawn in 60 seconds. If you remember the game, that's fine. This is for the benefit of the stream. Should we just run off and leave his corpse, and do you reckon it'll get desecrated?
I'm going to do Top Gear rules and just leave him on the roadside.
Well, if I had a heal spell, I'd heal him, but I don't. I can't pour a mana potion on him, unfortunately. Nope, he's nearly back to life. It's all right. So this game is completely linear. We're on the 100% linear map. So if you get lost, just follow the pathway. Let me just switch to bows for a moment. There we go. Oh, mana. Z is pick up everything. But so we were playing that. So Titan Quest has a pick up everything button, but it literally just fucking magics everything in the entire screen into your inventory. Because I couldn't work out, because JK was like literally all the gold on the entire screen just goes like this. At least your character runs over to it and picks it up.
That seems like rubbish.
What was I forgot when Titan Quest was 2011, I think it was.
They released an expansion not long ago, last year or the year before.
That's why it got its upgrade. JK, you can just right click on me to follow me, but there's quite a limited range when that happens. Now, one of the cool features this game has, I'll drop one because I don't need one, and you guys really should find the H key. When you drink a health potion, you just sip as much of the health potion as you need. So this health potion restores 200 health. So I can sip 1 health from it 200 times or 100 health from it twice or whatever. And that's really, really, really nice.
There's a lot this game did that was very revolutionary.
Well, it was a lot of this game.
Its leveling up system.
It's a lot. Well, no, in that case, I shall disagree because this leveling system is always directly lifted out of Dungeon Master. But I can't name many games that have aped it and done better. Like, most games just haven't done as well, even though they're much, much, much newer. Which is obviously disappointing.
Are there any MMORPGs that take a similar approach?
No, so I suspect if you're playing competitively, it's probably quite abusable. But like Dungeon Master had the same thing. So you got ninja skills for throwing stuff. So sometimes you would just sit there, feed all your characters up, feed them wisdom potions so they leveled up quicker, and then sit there and throw rocks up and down a dungeon hall, like literally working your characters out.
Reminds me of Skyrim and swimming.
I spent
Oblivion and swimming.
I left my Oblivion on my Xbox running overnight with 2 rubber bands around the pad so I could just level up my sneak. So I just sneaked in circles all night long. Then I woke up to maximum level sneak, which really, really, really breaks the game.
Yeah, because won't that make... You can basically sneak in front of anybody, but also everything levels up.
So what happens is everyone stares at you when you do stuff, and they react, but they do like 1 frame of reaction until the bit of the code that says, no, you can't see them kicks in. My zap is so appalling. I think I'm doing less than 1 point of damage to these things.
I found magic armor, but I don't have enough spell power to use it.
I don't either. What's it do? What's it need? Don't know why I'm asking. I don't have any. I'll try. I mean, I like healing in this game, so I will go with... Yay! Stabbo the Stabber. I regret naming my character that, but you can't rename them as far as I can tell. So, can I follow you by right-clicking on your portrait? Yeah, click to guard... left-click to guard. Okay. So if you get lost, you can left-click on my portrait, and then I will come and follow you. Boss guy to the left, to the right.
Oh, yeah.
I also like this game because you also get XP from healing, which, quite frankly, is awesome. I promise. As soon as we get a town,
I barely hit this thing.
Yeah, as soon as we hit a town, I will pool my resources. We can pull our resources. We'll buy some healing spells, and it will all be fine. And there's other things about this game that did very well. You get buffs like strength or speed or whatever. So if you cast like a heal buff, like mana per second or something like that, and it lasts 5 minutes, you cast it again, it then lasts for 10 minutes. So you can pre-cast someone's buffs for for an hour maybe, but you can invest some time into making it easier. It's just got so many good features. And it's a shame that obviously there's never going to be a sequel. I think it's owned by Squeenix, but Gas Power Games have now part of Microsoft, and yeah. No, I'm not writing one. But I want to. I'm a little surprised there's not in anyone.
They feel reasonably simple, but the fact we're not flooded with them suggests either they're not that popular or they're not that easy.
Well, I actually read the post-mortem of this game earlier because I was curious, and there were 37 staff worked on this for 4 years.
Wow.
I mean, they had to write the engine from scratch. Nowadays, the engine would be a trivial nothing. I mean, I could load the whole thing into RAM without even trying. But I am surprised there's not been any updates that use the original data files, because that would have been cool.
Yeah, Dungeon Siege Remastered. I'd go for that.
Well, yes, called Dungeon Siege 3. I remember buying that, but I only bought it because it came with Dungeon Siege 1 and 2, and then they stripped the multiplayer out, so...
It was also terrible.
I don't remember it. I remember Space Siege being one of the most disappointing and short things ever.
See, I actually rate Space Siege higher than Dungeon Siege 3.
I don't remember Dungeon Siege 3. I remember Dungeon Siege 2 being awful. I don't... sorry, 3. I remember Space Siege being awful, but I do not remember Dungeon Siege 3. So, it's not awful, it's just nothing. There's a button down here in the... I'm under... Oh, God, I've gone downstairs. Are you guys going to come and help? No, you guys going to come and help? I'm pulling the lever again. I'm going back up the stairs. I'm under the house. I think there was a quest.
Don't pull that lever there.
That lever there just makes me go back up again. No matter, you can pull the lever to go down, and then as soon as you get there, pull the lever again, and then you just shoot them a little bit on the way up. Bye. If this is a reference, I don't get it. Not unless you shout wrong lever cronk, and even then I don't really get it. It's alright, JK, we're going with that, Dave.
That's right. I don't want to die.
I love lost count, genuinely, of how many times I have defeated mobs by outwitting the AI or breaking the scripting. So, Brian, so JK is assuring us you don't need to forward a port.
Ooh. Spiked club.
Right. No, what? No. What?
Bye.
Did you send me up?
Maybe no.
It's so slow. Oh. Just froze that there for... Just locked up for about 2 seconds. Oh, it locked up because JK got kicked out. Well, that's what you get for running windowed. Mine's been stable so far.
Yeah, I'm running in the window and it's all pretty stable.
Yeah, you're running your window at rubbish frames per second.
I am running in rubbish frames per second. Oh.
Oh, well,
JK
shows you right for running full screen then.
Damned if you do.
I wonder what, like I said,
Was there anything else in here?
There was a leech life, which is the most useless spell ever because it uses up way too much mana and doesn't give you enough health. One of my complaints about the game is you only get 2 slots for your spells. So you're spending a lot of time just shoving stuff into the front of your spell book. Yes, you will start at the farm. When you join the game, you can choose where you want to start, but obviously we haven't. I mean, there's only 8 spots. They're about probably an hour of combat apart or something like that. There are some teleporters, but we haven't found any yet.
It's quite strange hearing your one-sided conversation.
Well, you'll get used to it. I've got JK on a different screen, you see, so I can read his thing. I'm just curious whether we literally have 0 people watching us, which has never happened before. So I'm beginning to wonder if there's something up with Restream, or I click stream. No, I am streaming. Oh, there you go. Someone's just appeared on Facebook as I said that. Sometimes Restream, it takes a while to sort of flag up that I've started streaming. I'm waiting for Facebook, Twitch to ban me for streaming too much because we've been doing 4 or 5 hour streams every night now for about 2 weeks.
That's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, it's we kind of started this up so people had someone to chat to.
Wait, now it says 1 person watching.
Are you watching it on Facebook?
Adam, where did you go? Are you heading towards the farm?
I'm not heading back. No, screw JK, he can make his own way. I'm just literally, this is linear. There are side paths, but the whole game is 100% linear.
Yeah, the tabbing into the map makes it a lot clearer to see what's going on.
Yes. Is that a corpse stuck halfway in the ground, or am I just misreading that graphic?
I will tell you once I catch up with you.
It is. That's got to be a bug. That appears to be half. It's half of what the fuck? It's like half of Freddie Mercury stuck in the ground.
I see the whole thing above ground.
Look on this. Wait, but what is it? A Freddie Mercury look-alike?
Yes.
But is he frozen? Is he supposed to be like made of stone or something?
No, I think he's meant to be dead.
Oh, is it the wrong angle? Is it 90 degrees out? That would make some very small sense. JK, follow the path. There is only one path. Literally, you could genuinely close your eyes. Well, you can see the path, but you could just follow the path from beginning to end. So, Brian, did you manage to forward the port, by the way? Yeah, there's...
Router's not allowing me to make changes to my firewall. Every time I click on change firewall settings, it just times out.
ignore it and try reconnecting anyway. I would be very surprised if you need to forward a port to join. That would be spectacularly poor programming, and I suspect that's just the internet not what it's talking about. JK has double checked, and he assures us he has not forwarded any ports.
I'm at a boss, by the way, and it just
A boss?
Me. Yep. Oh, an elite mob in a cave.
Okay, well, Ghost run out if you can't make it.
I can't. Every time I res, they...
It's alright, I'll distract them. No, what I'll do is I'll run away now. There we go.
Drink. There we go. I'm back up.
It also helps. So in this game, I can click to run away. My character stops and immediately starts shooting because that's what I've told him to do. I said attack free, target weakest. Whereas in Titan Quest, I had to click at the bottom of the screen and then quickly click at the top of the screen, and then quickly click at the bottom of the screen. And it's just, I don't know, maybe I found it fun when I was 20. Not so much at the moment.
Yeah, having to click absolutely every single thing you're attacking and then keep clicking is...
Well, what boggled my mind about Diablo is I don't think right click does anything. It's left click for everything. So if you try and pick up a piece of gear and misclick, your character just gleefully sprints off. If you click beside a mob, your character sprints off, stands beside the mob, and gets killed. It's odd, but they never really use the second button at all. Oh, that was worth doing. If anybody wants a bow, let me know. I've got 5 daggers, about 15 mana pots, and 4 bows, and a set of armor. So I assume in that cave it had some treasure. But Brian, is it still giving the same error? Is it still not joining?
I didn't go in. Let's have a look.
For some reason, you guys have got no portraits either, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, I've got one for me, but not for you.
That's right, I'm the handsome one anyway, so...
That's a handy resurrection shrine.
It is. If only we'd known it was there. Oh, pair of shoes. I'm already wearing a pair of shoes. My current shoes have 0 defense, so let's upgrade them to a pair of shoes with 0 defense. Brilliant. Brian, is it still giving you the same message when you try to rejoin?
Yep.
I'm trying to think what the only thing I can think of is like
Do you have any additional firewall software installed, antivirus software?
Not other than the Windows one.
Try turning it off a minute. I promise not to hack you if you turn it off a minute. I am impressed with these. So it's worth, by the way, having a look at the textures. Like, keep zooming in, having a look at the up-res textures. They are up-res using the modern AI scaling techniques. Apparently, it says it takes 7 or 8 minutes per texture to up-res them. But it's
I mean, graphically, this is completely passable. It doesn't feel like it's what 2001 game.
Turn off the texture pack and
Feels
say
much
that. Like I can
Does
see,
feel much more recent.
I can see the detail in my armor.
Yeah, the leather on my back looks like leather.
But yeah, no normal maps, no
Missing
specular.
highlighting. Yeah.
Yeah, it just I mean, this is before. As far as I know, Halo was the first PC game to use pixel shaders. Why is this wolf not dying?
No, but it almost completely trashed me.
I don't seem to be doing enough damage to have any aggro.
I mean,
Wait, I don't know.
using Zap to level up is awful.
That's all I've got. No, I want to level up my
Who
my
picked up the fireball?
fire shot. Yeah, do you want a fire shot? You can have a fire shot.
I'll take a fire shot.
If you're not going to be stabbing, you want to do combat magic, go for it. But yeah, I want Zap because Zap gives me healing eventually.
Is it nature based?
Nature based, yeah.
Oh, it is nature.
Yes.
Damn. I shall stay with that then, because that leads to the ability to basically be an arcane mage.
Can I far shot back then?
Uh,
Because I was going to use that as soon as I'd leveled up this one.
there you go. Yeah, I was going to go into nature magic and melee combat, so you can get some funky mage armor stuff going up, make you rock hard.
I thought, yeah, Mage Armor's nature. Definitely, I can cast Mage Marger, magic armor on you.
That's true. Maybe I will focus
How-
on melee for a while.
I wish Eurotech was here because then we could see if he can solve his issue. And wolves. And if Eurotech can solve his issue, Brian almost definitely has the same issue. I just don't know what it is. I do love the animation of that twirly. Like, you're using a trident, right? You don't use a trident by swirling it like a fucking like that. Like, what are you doing? You just stab them with the pointy end. You don't flail it around and slap them with the side of it. Come on, zap. But it's weird, like, how Titan Quest looks so much better, but the combat in this is, for some reason, very satisfying. There's not even damage numbers in this game, for heaven's sake. And yet, the Titan stuff, it just felt half-assed, and I can't put my hand on it.
There's something about the scale of the levels as well. I mean, these trees actually feel like tall, big trees, whereas you play something like Diablo,
Yeah.
everything feels small.
Yes. I think with Titan Quest, it was also a very early proponent of ragdolling. So when you kill a centaur, it turns the ragdolling on. But because it doesn't really work, like its limbs just explode. It looks like you've just literally exploded all of the muscles inside the mob you hit.
Oh yeah.
Stand in the thing. Brian, I assume you are trying things to make it work. I don't have any immediate suggestions other than I guarantee you it does work. As other people have joined. This next level of nature magic is taking a very long time. There was something very good about the music as well. I don't know whether it's just nostalgia, but very, very good. Diablo 1, again, we played recently. Excellent music, excellent ambience, just top notch. And this one has some of the same. Music coming and going, and you know, I can hear a distant waterfall. Like, nice audio. Whereas Titan Quest, for some reason, just failed to have compelling audio.
I guess you just got to take your you got your budget to spend, so you pick what's important to you.
Yeah, audio's, atmospherics that should be very important. Okay, there's a Krug little outpost here, by the way. Why is this guy just hanging around in the forest with 5 barrels, some torches, and some things in a box?
It's a very special box.
That's it. Let's blow it up. What's he kept in it? Nothing. Not
They're
that.
trapping the firefly things.
Why? Is it dinner?
Could be. They have to feed an army.
I'll admit I don't really remember the Dungeon Siege lore.
Kill everything that moves.
No, the Krug have invaded something. Charged Fist. What does that do? That just soups up your... Raises the max melee damage of the caster. Oh, I can't cast that on you. Let me just check. No, I can only cast it on myself. Would you like that one?
Nope, I'm not getting anything.
No, would you like it?
Oh yeah, sure.
You have to press C to self-cast, or to force cast, I think it is. I just cast it, I just spunked all my mana on it so I get some more XP.
Cool. I just need to get my zap to level 1.
Oh, do you need Nature Magic 1 for it? Shouldn't do. It shouldn't have any requirements.
Yeah, it's got a requirement nature magic level 1.
Oh, okay.
Do you want this magic armor, by the way?
Yeah, go for it. If it's yeah, I can recast it because I've got
That's level 3.
no, I can't cast it yet. But I will be able to cast it as soon as I can cast it, and I will put magic armor on everyone, and I will only charge you 10 gold pieces per minute.
Ha!
Oh, cool. Transmute. I won't do it. I won't do it.
We're not having that conversation.
No, but I am going to transmute all this shit because my inventory is just completely full of. It's full of like tiny daggers and things.
No, that's fine. I'm not worried about transmuting anything. I think I still have my original character on a save somewhere.
Bear in mind, this is a very inefficient way of converting it because we don't have a pony, so we have quite limited carrying space.
Oh yeah, no pack mule.
Yes. On the fact item is, can I play a pack mule? And the answer is just like, no. What the hell? How would you open doors?
Pretty sure this stuff sells more than this.
It does, but I'm out of inventory space.
Oh, okay.
Let's see my catchers running around picking everything up in turn. Point, 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 point. Point, point. Oh yeah, now I'm rich. I will stick with...
What button expands the... showing you what you have equipped in the top left by your portrait?
I don't... There isn't a button for it. There's just 3 arrows you click on.
Yeah, that opens your inventory and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But before, it showed me my active spell,
With your spell
my
book.
melee, my offhand, etc. Yeah, I'm not seeing that now. I can open my spell book, but it used to have all 4 showing. W.
Oh, right, yes.
Thank you. What a random little button.
Sorry, JK, you said W and I thought you were just trying to walk forwards and you clicked on the wrong window.
Just gonna go zap until I get to level 1 nature.
Oh, no. Well, you're not.
Oh, I fell over.
Think I've fallen. Oh, pair of leather boots. Oh, I'm down. I was too busy looking at the pair of leather boots. And I'm back up because I only got slightly made unconscious. Wait, hold on. Something's wrong. I've just said, oh, that's not me. That's you. That's why. Sorry. You fell down dead on the same place as my corpse. And so you stood up and I'm like, I can't control this skeleton, but it's the wrong skeleton. Can you get a hat? Sort yourself out a hat.
I will attempt to find myself a hat.
Well, you guys really are playing by Top Gear rules.
Switch my boots. Absolutely.
No heals for you, then. Brian, tell us what you're trying.
I'm still trying to get into my firewall itself.
Yeah, okay. Should we kill these wolves? I say wait, should you guys kill the wolves? And I'm just going to watch.
Kill everything.
Going back to the Steam community link that you shared
Yeah, I mean...
earlier in connection via IP, it says that you need to open some ports.
I have opened all the ports, and we currently have 3 people in the game. I'm very sure I've done that right. I seem to recall there was a bug, but if you killed a fairy and it dropped gold, the game can crash. There was something I read, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's a fairy fix.
There was a fairy there, but I don't know. I read it earlier too. It's probably on the same page. Oh no, JK's down. Oh, no.
Run away.
Run away. Zap.
Switch.
No, just zap very slowly. Zap. 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 Oh yeah, 1 to 2 points of damage. Fear it, wolves. Quick, take a swig. Sorry, JK's up. Is he going to stab the fairy we just said might crash the game? Yep.
Did you crash?
No, it's something like after you kill the fairy, if it drops a certain thing and then you look at a landscape tile of a certain type, the game crashes. It was some weird set of...
Yeah, something about missing terrain or something.
Yeah.
Terrain vanishing. I recall.
I've never seen it. I've never seen this issue happen. It's just that I happened to read it when we've been trying to work out how to make the game run. And the other thing about this game, it's seamless. Utterly seamless. That was one of their big design philosophies, was no loading. And from what I read of the post-mortem...
Just take it for granted now.
Well, I'm sorry. What games have you been playing with no loading?
Subnautica.
It's only got a single level, so...
Actually really enjoying Subnautica.
I lost interest in Subnautica after the go and get some titanium. Where from? Just walk around till you find it. I'll screw that.
No, there's a scanning room which you can select.
There's a scanning room much late. I played it quite a long time ago. I also made the mistake of playing it in VR, so we can't talk about Subnautica too much, or I will start to feel nauseous through association. I've ruined it for myself. Oh great, we're all dead. Brilliant. Okay, I'm up next. I'm up next. No, JK's up next. That's it. Lead it away from me. Run away. No, don't drink the... Run! Oh, God. I just finished off the end of a... All right, I'm out of red potions.
Here's one.
Can I click on this health fountain? Just saying. Which then just vomits particles everywhere. So many particles as well. Again, especially for the time. Like, not just a couple of particles. It just spits out about 50 particles, which is... Oh my God. How many did you pull?
All of them and its dog.
I don't see any dogs. I just see gargoyles. Oh no, he's dead.
Oh.
Did they just walk up to his corpse to give him a kicking? So now he turns into a ghost and he resurrects after 60 seconds, or he finds the resurrection shrine, whichever is easiest.
That's such a good system.
I really like the go unconscious. So when you lose 0 health, you don't die, you go unconscious. They have to do a whole bunch of damage to kill you, but they don't generally kill you. They just knock you unconscious. So as long as you've got friends, or people with a heal spell, you're good.
Well, the dying and turning into a ghost also means if you get corpse camped.
Yes, you can run away. Yes. It's as if they played their own game. I'm going to have to kill these very slowly, by the way.
Does it scale up the creatures based upon the number of players?
I would assume so. We are playing on hard difficulty because I was expecting also to have Brian and Max and Uatek.
I see. That explains a few things.
There is a term for fear of open deep water, and I have it. Like that bit. That bit in the bit in no. The fear of deep water. You don't know what's in it. What's it? It's what? Sorry.
Hydrophobia?
No, that's fear of water. It's specifically a fear of deep water, and not the water of what's in it. So, do you remember the bit at the end of Half-Life with the fish?
Yes, the Ichthyosaurus.
That sets it off fucking rotten in me. Like, properly, it's like I just sort of go, yes, I know what's down there and it could eat me. And why do you always keep dying?
And yet you played Subnautica in VR.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, cool, this would be awesome. Maybe I'll get over my fear of... Well, just put out... So I also like this. When you fire arrows at them, they actually get arrows in them. So you end up with bosses just completely full of arrows. Like if I fire an arrow, it actually sticks in the... Well, sticks near the bottle in that case. Would you like me to just twink you through this?
That's rude.
We had this discussion. We had this discussion yesterday. Someone was telling me the EverQuest terms for stuff. So twinking is known as pocketing in EverQuest, as in pocket healer. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that one. And twinking is something else entirely.
Now you're gonna rack my memory because I used to EverQuest was my drug before World of Warcraft was released.
I used to play Asheron's Call 2.
Blimey. Fire spray.
Yeah, that's magic level 4. I will grab at least one copy of each spell. Let me know if you need one, because you guys can obviously tab to the stream. I've got Zap, Transmute, and Fire Shot, but that's all I can cast. I think
everything I need is all nature.
I don't think we get access to anything better than this until we hit the first town. I seem to recall they gated a bunch of stuff at towns. Like, these drops aren't random; they are preset.
Well, that's why they had so many developers.
Just
level designers take flipping forever.
Well, I said I did remember the multiplayer map, which was enormous. Oh god, this thing has 54 health. The multiplayer map took 1/10 of the time the single player map took because the tools were so good by that point.
Wow.
He's at 49 health.
I'd like to point out he kills me in 2 hits.
Well, time to switch to your bow. Asheron's Call 2 was weird. Actually, I think it was Asheron's Call I played. I seem to recall Asheron's Call 2 was universally reviled by other Asheron's Call players. But it was always a very quiet MMO. Never very many people played it. And do you know what was the busiest night of Asheron's Call?
The day it closed down.
No. The day Warcraft opened. And why was it the busiest day of Asheron's Call? Because no one could get onto Warcraft, so everyone fucked back to their old MMO to complain about it. I've never... Like, there were hundreds and hundreds of people standing outside town, and I'm like... Because I was in the same thing. I was like, I can't log on to Warcraft. I mean, I can't, like... You just ran Warcraft, and it just popped up a dialogue box that didn't work. Let alone anything, you know... We didn't get the error 43s. It just went... No. Did you get your shield?
Damn you for stealing the shield.
No, I haven't got the shield. I don't want your shield. There you go, it's on the floor, and I'll drop the mace here.
Thanks, JK.
I only want the... actually, there's a dented mace and a mace.
8 to 10. 8 to 10 or 3 to 11?
8 to 10.
We'll try the mace.
Definitely 8. Well, I've also dropped a non-dented mace. There's a secret door here. Oh, wait, it's really obvious. Okay.
You told us that.
No. Like, come to me. You go, yep, there's the secret door. I suspect it might have been a bit less obvious at low resolution.
Oh, yeah.
No, not that way. That's the main door. Let's go down the side route. Let's see if we can get some... Oh, we probably should have been... Oh, very nice. Again, I seem to recall at the time I would have been gobsmacked by just things like that happening in a game like this.
Well, EverQuest from World of Warcraft, just to see how it grown and what it was like. Oh, it's just leagues apart. Like the things World of Warcraft did to MMOs. Oh,
well, yeah, but the thing is, in retrospect, it did stuff like crazy things, like putting an exclamation mark above quest givers' heads.
Yeah.
So correct for but in EverQuest, you had to run up to everyone in turn in the town going, hello, and then when like, greeting stranger, like, no, next, hello, greeting stranger, click next. Hold there, I have a quest for you. Brilliant, accept quest. But you didn't know, like, you didn't know if anyone had quests before you walked up and talked to them, which was terrible. Doesn't your health bar change colour, your circle around your feet? Stuff like that. It's really obvious UI stuff. So again, we played Diablo 1. Diablo 1 has a little red circle, like a globe of fluid for your health, and a blue globe of fluid for your mana. But if you hover the mouse over them, you would expect to see a textual equivalent of them. But no, there's no experience bar along the bottom, which is just crazy that they never thought of that. Oh, right.
He's going to totally trigger the trap.
No, I assume that I have to. We have to trigger them both. Oh, how do I untrigger it? Oh, like that. I have to stop your shoes. Oh, that was totally worth it. Oh, that's another thing here. Let me just drop a. Brilliant! I dropped it. My character dropped it outside of the. Oh, fuck's sake, dude! Sort it out. No. I can't drop the thing on the pad. Help. Okay, Okay. Let me stand here and face towards the pad then. I've just dropped like 4 health potions and none of them have landed on the pad. I don't think this is a pad. It's not moving. Yes, I guess so. It's just about like Warcraft essentially scored by making the game much more accessible. EverQuest players immediately decried it as being massively dumbed down, and then Warcraft went on to be the most successful game of all time, I believe. Healthy boots. Plus 15 to health. Who's dying the most? Oh, here you go, JK. Oh, the voice chat's connecting. I think it's a little bit of irony that we're playing a 19-year-old game and it's working so far perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. What's not working perfectly, the absolutely brand spanking new Discord. So I've just been dropped out the voice server because right, disconnected.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Was it just me or did everyone get kicked out?
It was just you. You are the chosen one.
Oh. I was just saying, we've got the situation that say we're playing on this ancient game, and it's running perfectly, and then Discord isn't working for Toffee.
Oh my dear lord, this is like a terrible place to be.
Oh no, I've got the wrong spellbook equipped. Oh no, I just dropped it. Oh, I need that spellbook back. It's got my spells in it. Ah, great. Let me go get that. Excuse me, lads.
Oh, that was not the button I meant to click. Yeah, I think Discord is suffering a little bit from the whole C19 situation. Ooh, leather gloves.
Right, now this is going to be my... So I'm going to follow Dave. Dave, please don't let me die. I should be back in a moment. And I'm just going to go get a drink. And hopefully I will still be following you when you get back. I would put it on heal, but I don't have it. Fuck's sake. I gave you some healthy shoes. Wait, my character's...
That's not me. That was JK.
Yeah, I gave JK healthy shoes. Did you steal JK's healthy shoes?
I did.
Give JK
Possibly.
back his healthy shoes. He keeps dying. Okay, I'm gonna wait till you've killed these 2 skeletons and then I'm gonna go AFK. How many? I forgot what I said about spanking new. Oh well, I mean Discord's only a couple years old.
Right, JK, shoes here.
He's a ghost.
Useless alive, useless dead. Drop the items onto your head to trade. Does that work? No, not when you're dead. Casual bit of grave robbing. I'm sure no one will mind. I can still hear mobs through the walls. Ah, you're alive. I give you boots in exchange for another pair of boots. Thank you. Enjoy your 15 health. I'm going to nope right out of there.
I'm back. How's my character doing? He's doing
You
great.
leveled up.
Can you tell your character to automatic? Oh, make all. Can you tell
Yes, you can tell your character.
to automatically drink potions?
Oh, don't know. I've got mine to automatically attack strongest, move freely, attack
No,
freely.
attack weakest. What are you doing? Always attack weakest. My God.
Well, I'm meant to be tanking it up once I get this nature level.
The point of attack weakest is it knocks something out of combat quicker. So instead of getting the toughest mob to half health, you've killed 5 of the weakest mobs. Always take the ads first. You should know this. Ads first.
Yeah, but if you're tanking, I need to keep the big things off you.
I don't think this game has particularly complex aggro. Did you watch the Titan Quest stream last night, by the way?
I did not.
So Titan Quest aggro, we couldn't quite work out anything. So I'd aggro it by doing nothing, and I'd just run around a tree for about a minute while all five of the other people shot the mob, which then promptly never stopped chasing me. We have no idea what the aggro was about it at all. It's just nonsense. Because Warcraft, again, I think that was a Warcraft invention, was complex and proper aggro tables. I don't think they were a thing before then. Mobs just hit the last person that hit them.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. That is blocked off.
Oh, yeah, so it's a...
There's so many things that you play a modern game until you actually go back and play something older, you just don't realise.
Here we go. You don't realise it wasn't always the case. Yeah, it surprised me that Diablo didn't have health bars. Sorry, an experience bar. Just, why would you not?
Right. This has already got potions on. Do we take them off?
Yes. Dibs.
Oh, they weren't switches.
Oh, we've been really stupid. I am eating Pringles,
No,
by the way, and I got enough for everyone. But you're all legally not allowed to come and visit me, so result.
You're also far too far in the north.
Sorry, Brian?
I said the result is I'm about to break the law.
I think you have Pringles in your country. I can't believe the game makes you play this far with that bloody health spell.
I can't believe the game gave me a butler that requires 14 strength.
Do you not have 14 strength yet? Noob. How the hell do I have 11 strength? All I've done is cast spells. I must have hit a few things without realising it. Maybe get strength from being punched.
Possibly.
I have to say, JK, while I don't necessarily agree or disagree with you, I have a massive hatred for anyone who supplies files in either 7-zip or WinRAR format. They are not standard formats. Supply it in fucking .zip. Oh, but I saved 10 megs. No one gives a shit you saved 10 megs in your zip file. Put it in a standard format.
Oh. I fell over. WinRAR is actually a part of Windows these days. They paid for a license
No.
for any copy of Windows.
No, Windows 10 doesn't understand WinRAR out the box. Understands zip files and nothing else.
Oh, maybe they removed it. It was definitely in Windows 7.
Ah, possibly.
So perhaps they didn't want to keep paying that license.
But that's what I try and keep the number of the number of shell context menus to a minimum. So I don't like installing 7-zip or WinRAR. At some point in the past, saving 30% on my, on the size of a file, what could have been huge. But right now, disk space has advanced far, far quicker than the rate we use it. And most things that are big, movie files, etc., they don't compress well anyway, because they are already heavily compressed data. So
this is what I find, is anything that needs being made smaller has already been made smaller.
I've got a hat!
Congratulations.
Now we now
You look stupid.
we now look different. Excuse my hat looks fabulous. Look at that. Look at that. Like I rammed my head into a giant blue and purple mushroom.
But it has been artificially intelligence high resolutioned.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a very good.
Adjectives.
I don't think it's a very good texture to begin with. Backup. I'm going to hazard a guess that your router has decided to chuck away packets. Is that my IP address? No, neither. That's not my IP address. I don't know what that first address is. I'm only a programmer. I don't know technical stuff.
Does your router not have a port forwarding section rather than a firewall section? They're normally different bits.
Mine's called forwarding/triggering, I think. I've decided this is my new favourite game because I can pretty much watch and just eat Pringles while we play. Oh, you're dead. How did that happen?
I ate the fireballs.
Oh.
They were too spicy.
I have a pair of shoes with defense 0, if that will help. Probably not, eh? Yeah, I'm afraid back out all I can tell is that isn't ICMP a ping? Isn't that just telling you warning someone's pinged the router?
Yeah, that's what that is. Well, ping is a form of ICMP. It's one of the ICMP tools.
What the hell killed you? There's no monsters in this room. Are you just having a nap?
I think it was booby trapped.
Drink up health potion. That's it. Get it in you.
It killed me. It took me completely out.
This is what you get for running around with no hat and no flash.
Surely I should be impervious to arrows with no flesh.
Well, maybe you're impervious to bleed damage.
At the very least.
Run away!
Laser.
Continue to run away. So, we haven't missed any side quests, by the way. At this point, if we can't get it, there's nothing we can do apart from... I guess if it doesn't heal, we can just Zerg it.
Yeah, I think it's mostly about kiting it, isn't it?
What, this thing with infinite range and hit scan bullets? Yeah, that's gonna go really well.
20 health.
Well, I've managed to get some statistics from the router, and it says that this PC is already in the DMZ.
What? Okay, your PC should never, ever, ever be in the DMZ under any circumstances. That's a really bad idea. That means all ports are forwarded to your PC at all times. Oh, Heartstopper's a bow, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think I did it for the Diablo thing the other day and forgot to put it back on.
Well, do take it out the DMZ, because that...
I can't, because of it won't let me access that setting on the router.
I only have a flippant response. Would that help? Wait, why am I getting really loud Discord sounds? I specifically put myself into Do Not Disturb. Doesn't that not mean shut the hell up, Discord?
Good evening.
Hey!
Someone speaks.
That's Rob.
Ah, it's Uotech.
Oh, I've worked out what the man underneath the ground was. It's the lady that we would have resurrected. That he would have joined the party. That's what Elvis was.
Ah, but because we're doing multiplayer.
I do not think there are any bow skills. You boost your. You can focus on just arrows, but you boost your skills via the spells. Most of the time, don't forget you would have had a whole party of people. Right now, we're obviously doing one part of the party. Are they baking the shadows in?
Level transitions are good.
Are they baking the shadows into the
Either way,
verts? Yeah.
If it was in the DMZ, it should have worked.
Yes, so the issue is something else. Yes, the issue is more likely to be your software firewall. I can't think of anything else it could be. I really can't. I'm happy for suggestions from at all, but I really can't think what it could be.
Software firewall, the Windows one, I turned it off.
Are you struggling to get connected?
Yes, he is.
I was struggling earlier too.
Oh god, this one hurts. He hasn't.
I went to do some work instead of Dungeon C.
So you haven't gotten working yet either.
You can dodge, by the way.
No, so I'm going to join you in the challenge.
The race is on. First person to join gets a pair of shoes with 0 defense. Can't say fairer than that.
Who did manage to get connected?
Everyone apart from you and Brian.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yes, you're dead.
Spawn as ghosts.
Ew, there's a sploshy noise when you did that, like you just exploded out of your own corpse. Like,
It is slightly confusing how a skeleton can die.
well, skeletons could die. The undead could be killed. Quake had a whole joking thing about this. I like the way, I don't know why these wolves hate us so much, but like the wolves run out, I put 5 or 6 arrows into it and it carries on fighting instead of going, you know what, fuck this, I'm off. Hey, we're nearly at Stonebridge. Hopefully we can spend enough money between us to get a heal spell. And I will stay the hell back and I will res all of you squishy peoples.
Well, right now it's all you.
I know. That's fine.
This high-res asset pack, do I drop it in the resources directory?
Yes. Well done, you read the spreadsheet, because that's what it says on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, didn't read it.
Spreadsheet. You must have read it, because that's where the link was for it.
The spreadsheet says texture pack. It does say texture. I just skipped forward to HTTP.
Wow. There are instructions, but I just didn't read
If I
them.
took it out of the DMZ, it now displays a private IP address rather than my public IP address when I try to join.
That might
That's exactly
help.
the same error I get.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that just means can't join. Yeah, that's just.
It means computer says no.
Yeah, but it's very generic.
Unhelpful. So, do you know, is it TCP or UDP?
It's UDP, but
It should be UDP.
but you shouldn't need to.
I did do both.
You shouldn't need to forward
should
them
need
at
to
all.
do it.
No, shouldn't need to. I'm following you, Dave. Try not to die.
Keep following the guy who keeps dying. Sensible. Is that the right IP address?
Yes. I've memorized it now by retyping it 18 times in the last couple of minutes.
Sensible, reliable, and dependable, and all sorts of other words that end in double.
Edible. I do enjoy how some of these mobs just seem to hit 10 times harder than others, and there's no indication as to that they're any harder.
Why am I dead? Very clear instructions. I'll be back in a minute. Look after me. I come back. I'm dead. But I have Pringles, so.
Well, yay for Pringles, but you did follow the guy who keeps dying, and he's already dead.
You've got a hat.
Oh, I do have house potions. staff any good?
No, no, well,
Staff is very good, but it requires 13 intelligence. You can have that.
yeah, have a pair of light shoes with 0 damage. Is that good? I mean, I've only got 11 intelligence,
Yeah, but it does more damage than my mace does.
but very slow attack speed. It's one of those games where it has a completely arbitrary scalar that it doesn't tell you what it is.
No DPS counter.
I seem to recall a good tactic at this point is just to run to the town, and if you die, ghost run, and then buy a healing spell.
We'll kill everything.
But we can come back and
I
kill
feel
them.
like we're close.
Ooh. Yeah, so regarding people who can't get in, I genuinely don't have anything to say. Honestly, I really don't know. Other than obviously it should work, and I realise that's unhelpful, and the second unhelpful thing is it's working for everybody else. So it's definitely something at your end, but I understand that's not really very helpful. What's in this house?
Tell you what,
Yes.
I'll open my port. You can see if you can connect to me.
I'm currently hosting and streaming. That's a very difficult
Not
thing.
you.
But Brian can. I see Max has decided to play Borderlands rather than joining us tonight. I'm surprised. This game is 89 pence on G2A.
Oh, here we go. Port sharing. That sounds very modern.
I wonder what's up here. Probably nothing. Oh, bad guys.
Oh, I wonder what independent port sharing is.
Well, you've got shared port sharing and independent port sharing. No, I've no idea.
This sounds like open this device completely for internet sharing.
Yeah,
That sounds incredibly bad.
That's the DMZ. Yes. Imagine just turning that on and leaving it on for a week or so. how's your computer, Brian? Is it still full of viruses?
This machine completely down, and then unless somebody realizes it's a virtual machine and manages to break out of it, just see what they do to it.
There's a special guy up here. I mean, with a glowy thing rather than, special guy. I just ran past him and he's turning around and there we go.
Yeah, he was resurrecting.
Oh, okay. Oh god, just keep killing that one, then he'll spend all his time resurrecting that one instead of killing us. A cloth has dropped that needs 13 int. Oh, brilliant. Anyone got 13 int? Nope. All right then.
You can have that too.
No, I can't. I'm not clever enough to put these clothes on.
I will take it for later.
There was a Penny Arcade cartoon about that, about the Dungeons & Siege movie, going, how's this going to work? Is the character going to find like a level 6 hat and then put it on wrong because he's not got enough int, so he doesn't understand it?
Oh, they did make a film, didn't they?
Have you not seen it?
How completely unforgettable.
Oh my god.
Seen it.
Right, okay. Story time. So, Jason Statham stars in the film. Now, as you may remember, you pointed out earlier, this game is unique in at least one way, in that you start off as a completely blank slate. So if you level nature magic, you become a druid. If you level archery, you become a ranger. If you level combat magic and melee, you become a battle mage. So right now, my character is a cavalier. So cavalier is going to be nature magic plus ranged. Okay, so that's the unique thing about it, yeah? So what did you start as? If you have 0 in all stats, do you remember? What are you?
Peasant?
You're a farmer. So what's...
Start as a
That's what you start... No, it's a farmer. So, you start as a farmer. So in the film... Yeah, see, JK remembers a farmer. So in the film, Jason Statham stars as...
a massive butch farmer.
No, his name is Farmer. Not a farmer, he is called Farmer. His wife calls him
called
Farmer. Yeah, it's utterly shit. And they get attacked by Krug that are basically orcs, and that's it. But he's just called Farmer, and I'm like, I don't understand. Is it a pet name? Then other people are calling him Farmer, and then I'm like, is this his name? Because he is a farmer. So he's a farmer called Farmer, and his wife calls him Farmer. And I'm like,
Oh, with John Rhys Davids.
yeah, it was post.
It's like blacksmiths, and that's where the name comes from.
It's it's U-Bowl. It's post Lord of the Rings, and it's not very good.
Amazing. I'm going to add it to my watch list. Oh my dear lord.
His name was Farmer Damon.
No, but he's a farmer, and his first name's Farmer. If he's Damon the Farmer, that's fine. Being called Farmer is not fine.
Farmer Damon
Is
Farmer.
it like when you address a doctor?
Right, if it's a doctor called Doctor, it'd be like Doctor, and he'd be like, "What am I in a joke?"
I love it. You search Jason Statham Farmer, and it comes up the world's worst fantasy. Rotten Tomatoes 4%.
It's properly awful. So apparently, U-Bowl he's got a bunch of rich friends, and his movies are tax write-offs. It's something like that, isn't it? Like, they don't care whether it makes money or not. They just need to basically reduce their profits. They're not paying so much tax.
The whole of Hollywood.
This is true. They create separate companies for each film, so they can then charge that company from their main companies, and therefore make no money.
You should never get paid in profit share on a film, because no film has made profit.
That's why you get paid in percentage of the gross as a film star.
Including merchandising rights.
I'll go on. I dare you to bring up the urban legend so I can destroy it, please.
What, the Star Wars one?
Yeah, go on.
No, because it's not true. I don't know that.
Dad, did you watch The Toys That Made Us?
Oh, come on, say what it is.
Wait,
So everyone knows George Lucas made his money by getting the merchandising rights from Fox. And that's kind of true. George Lucas. So it is kind of true. He did get the merchandising rights from Fox, and as a rule, no one gave a shit about toys for films. However, The Toys That Made Us is a fantastic Netflix documentary on various different toys, and one of the episodes is on Star Wars. And they basically went over it. And Kenner got like 98% of the money. George Lucas made fuck all. I like the only time I've died is when I'm AFK. Maybe you could get good. Just a thought.
I like this. In the name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale grossed little over $10 million worldwide on a $60 million budget.
wow. Do you like how they named it as well, assuming it was going to be a franchise?
Oh yes.
Blood Rain made 25 million. No, it cost 25 million, and they made 2 million.
Is that how much they
Literally
actually
every one
made?
of these films was utterly awful. House of the Dead, 12 million, made 5.
I've still not seen that.
20 million, made 5.
I've not seen that either. I will say the Dead Rising movie is absolutely awesome. If you like Dead Rising, it is a great, great film. I can't comment if you're not a Dead Rising fan, because I am, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's called Dead Rising Watchtower, I think. I can't remember.
It doesn't get nobodies for these films. Christian Slater.
Yes, because they have to make... They basically, as Dave said, they're basically funding a company, losing money, and doing that on purpose. I think...
Production company makes the money instead.
Yeah, we're just at the beach now.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're paying themselves salaries while they're making these bits of rubbish, so...
So it is literally tax evasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full marks to Denmark, by the way, for saying there weren't many bailouts for companies registered abroad. Though, a funny thing, you never bail out companies registered abroad anyway. Like, you just don't.
Of course you don't. It's not a... You can't...
Otherwise, you'd just be bailing out every country, every company.
Yeah, I think it's more Denmark just trying to just say don't, because you get companies that register those on the Isle of Wight or whatever, but those companies wouldn't come to the UK government because they would just go, you're not a British company. I don't think anyone ever bails out anyone from another country.
I guess the argument was about if they're a multinational company.
then it's wherever they're headquartered.
And if you employ a bunch of people in your country, even though the company itself is registered elsewhere, then there is the question about how those people, the government has to worry about the people in question, right?
JK, there was a hat there. That might help you. Is it your head that you're getting killed via, or are people killing you via your... Your hat looks so stupid. It looks like you put it on sideways. Yeah, it has some health potions as well, because I'm really not getting through them very quickly. Studded cap. Dave, you're not even wearing a hat. Put the fucking hat on.
There was a online petition that received 1 million signatures asking you, Bob, to retire and stop making films.
Well, no one's forcing them to watch them. I mean, like, the Warcraft movie wasn't very good either. I enjoyed the 3 actual Warcraft jokes in it, and most of the rest of it, I just went, oh, cool, Stormwind. And then I'm like, I don't know who this is. I don't know what's going on. Is this one of the cutscenes I skipped?
And you didn't get that from the trailer, and the fact that the trailer was just completely shite. It was dramatic, and that.
Yeah, but I had hopes. It was
Warcraft 3 movie. Warcraft 3? The
Warcraft.
Warcraft movie was terrible.
I laughed at the bit with the Murlocs giggling, and I like the bit where it goes, does the magic door always? And he goes, I don't know, I've never done this before. And most of the rest of them was just really dreary.
Like, for conversion of a film, they went with the opening of the Dark Portal, which I know they're trying to go from the start, but they really should have done the Lynch King.
Yes. Shalka, those were the 3 jokes, by the way, as far as I recall. Oh my god, you guys.
I can't get levels because I keep dying, and I keep dying because this stuff hits like a truck, and I'm trying to do melee.
I reckon you've got the wrong hat on.
I can't even equip a hat. That requires 13 strength, and I have 10 still.
No, we are nearly at the first town, and then we can actually get some gear. Normally, I think we'd have about 4 people in the party by now, which definitely helps.
At least there's a resurrection thing over there.
Oh, cool, you've just leveled. Or you've turned on a Mac, one of the 2. I'm trying to walk past these. There we go. The most annoying thing about Diablo, by the way, was when you get hit by a mob, you get knocked backwards. Even if you're facing away from the mob, you just have a knock backwards animation. So you're running away from it, but it hits you, you get knocked towards the mob. At least in this one, you actually get knocked away from it. So that's those little differences that... when was Diablo? 96? Holy shit, that means they started this 2 years after Diablo came out.
Wow. That's a...
Diablo.
That's a hell of a leap.
Well, this is 2002. It was 4 years. So that means they finished it in 98. So they started it in 98, and Diablo came out in 96, so it was 2 years after Diablo they started this.
Wow. So from like a pseudo... Well, was Diablo actually 3D, or...?
No. Diablo 2 is not 3D, Diablo 3 is not 3D.
Yeah.
But you have to... Well, this isn't 3D. This does support above and below, actually, doesn't it? Because we did it earlier.
Yeah. Oh, this is definitely 3D.
It's... No. So the way the map works is not really 3D. It's 3D only as far as the build engine is 3D. You can have above and below sectors, but you can't see an above sector from the sector you're in.
So the world's not actually 3D.
No.
Oh.
I am tickling to death, but I am tickling to death while running. Let me try my fire shot, see if it does more damage.
There's something up here
No.
resurrecting the dead as well.
Ah. Don't feel bad about running away. I do it a lot.
Yeah, the problem is with doing melee is
You can't really
I
run
run
away.
out of health potions.
Uh-huh.
I can't do anything.
I have 1. Would that help?
the
Thanks.
graphics of your whatever you're fighting with them. It's just like you're poking them with a ruler.
That's a lightning spell. It's called Zap.
I'll shut the kitchen door so the cats don't eat the plants.
News of the day is my virtual machine doesn't even start anymore.
Oh, good.
Are you?
What killed you? There's nothing there. You're standing there and you just fell over dead.
Yeah, see, I reckon this must be happening quite often.
What, are you just falling over
It
dead?
must be booby-trapped barrels.
It's just, you stood there and you just went dead. Oh look, Freddie Mercury again. He's even got the shirt.
They must be placeholders for the heroes.
I think that one's a dead one. That's got a pile of blood. Oops. So I was too busy looking at the pile of blood and I got killed. I have questions about the bottom. I have questions about his shoes in entirety. He also appears to have fingers on both sides of his hands. But if you look at his shoes, they are really very special. Honestly, it was such an achievement, this game. It was really, really, really just mind-bogglingly good. Hooray! Then it's got a tip. For further information, skip. Oh, whoops.
I disabled tips.
Hooray! I haven't played this game in so long, I thought I'd keep them on. Right, now there's a stable keeper, which is no good. And I think the... Come on, brain, come on. You can do this. That's the guy. Now, we have to go to the church, don't we? The church is what sells this magic. There's a man here talking to a well. No, there's a lady here talking to a bucket. Sorry. Why are you talking to a bucket?
Probably a really good helmet.
Are you okay? Are you being held here against your will? Don't talk to the bucket. Ah, here's the church. I keep wanting to press E for AO, but E... Oh, E cycles my spell. Oh my god, don't press E. E cycles your right spell. Which I didn't know.
Random.
Yeah, but like, pfft, that's useless. I've got like a dozen spells. I can't just go next.
My inventory is full.
Okay, just cast one spell at a time until you find one that works.
Okay, flash, transmute, healing hands
Where are you?
in the church. How much mana? Money? Okay, I will get summon Killer Gramal. Oh, I can't use it for ages, but I'll get it now. And what's the lowest one? Is it Summon Jade Gargoyle? Is the easiest spell? I think.
Pass.
I can't remember.
It has been far too many years.
Alright, well, because I'm brilliant and I'm nice, I've got heal, 2 summons, and a revive. Try not to die.
Be leveling up quite fast, I shall.
Well, yeah, if I could use any of them, I could, but I can't. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. I've got the spells, I can't cast them.
I'm going to drop stuff that's intelligence based so you can decide if you want it or not. If not, you can sell it.
I want it.
If you're intelligent enough.
Press X, what, for stuff on the ground? What's X do? Oh, cool. Yes, press X. They're very small bars, but yay.
Right, 13, 13, 12, 13. Keep all that.
Oh, really? The hotkeys call the map tab, the map key, mega map.
I like it.
It's not very mega, is it? There is a mini map option, isn't there? But I don't seem to have it on. I swore I could have a mini map in this game, although maybe that's one of the other. We played so many games recently, so it's becoming a bit of a blur. Oops! I've just got my heal spell equipped, so I just ran up to someone and just started to try and heal myself.
I like the way the mountains all seem very high.
That is the thing about mountains. So Brian, have you? Oh, I'm really glad I got the health bars on because I definitely won't just die and get distracted. Brian, any success? Anything? Nothing. Oh. And I assume Rob is, I don't know, reinstalling Windows on his VM. I think.
Reinstalling the VM itself, not Windows on it. Mac problems.
That explains why it sounded like somebody turned a Mac on earlier. I headed off, by the way, in the next bit and got promptly killed. So I'm just going to lay here for a minute or so. Just, you know.
Okay.
How am I unconscious? Unconsciousness is when your brain takes trauma and you get knocked unconscious. But I'm a skeleton. I'm not sure I've got. But am I really going to... You... Fuck off. Yeah, but I rely on the bottom. So on the bottom right, JK, you can figure out how you want it. I always target. You can target closest, strongest, or weakest. I always target weakest so I can knock something out. And then you've got order character collect items, which is one of the buttons. I can't believe that guy walked up to me just as I was... Oh, is he going to come back up again? Oh, no. Seriously, is that...
Added to your journal.
Drink! Oh, for fuck's sake.
Did you leave the town?
No. Maybe. Essentially, I'm unconscious, and then a guy walks back towards me as I hit about 10% consciousness, and then walks away from me again. So he's wandered off, and I'm at about 3/4 unconscious. But he seems to come back just as I stand up, and he just stands over me and then just goes, bonk. It's okay, you'll save me, right? Yeah, you're coming the right way. Well,
will you heal me in future?
I will heal anyone. So my health's now at about 10%, and he's wandering back.
That's right. I'll be something else for him to hit.
Great. Notice where he is, and up I get.
Well, that's handy.
There you go. I will now heal you while I eat the rest of my Pringles. Pringle. So Brian, are you still trying to get into your router? What's your plan of attack here? Or just to keep just hoping it magically fixes itself? I like to point out my character to be stuck on a bush. Running, running, running. Oh, and stopped. He didn't heal you, I noticed.
I think the bush stopped you from healing me.
So I can heal you now.
I think you have failed at your job already.
Well, I think the bush stopped. It failed me.
That's handy. It's nice that my buff doesn't expire when I die like that.
Your buff has expired.
Ooh. Run away.
But I was healing you.
Yeah, but let's not try and kill everything at once.
That's quitter talk, that is.
Were you not the man saying don't be afraid to run away?
Yeah, but now I've said that.
Don't stop running.
That's it. Whoa, I can't heal that. You just went full health, dead.
I res and immediately die.
Thank you. Drink a potion, you silly man. It's alright, I will I think I can't. My character won't automatically heal you unless I have heal selected. So I can't select fire shot and
Does make sense.
yeah, but I mean I can't select fire shot and have him cast spells and heal you.
Oh, I see.
I can say guard you, but then I can't. I have to micromanage it a bit more. So the single player, you controlled 8 characters. And you just kind of configured what you wanted them to do, and then didn't worry about like micromanagement.
What a nuisance.
I was about to say, can you take some
The thing
damage?
is, at
But
some point, we will level up to match the mobs.
we'll probably
He just walked through a tree.
we will probably out level them because we have less characters.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry, we have less adventuring spirit. Sorry, we have fewer
Just
adventuring
get my
spirit.
strength up a little bit. I'll be able to take a shield on, and that will make a huge difference.
Get up!
Nah, it just feels like you're torturing me.
Dead up, dead up.
Oh my dear lord.
Sorry, Brian, what was that?
I admit defeat.
But it worked. It's got to be your fault.
I forgot that you were still trying to get the networking stuff working.
But I don't know.
Just trying to get the damn thing running again.
Have you tried?
Gone backwards.
Have you tried disabling and re-enabling the direct play thing?
Yes.
Oh, in Windows, wherever it is, components.
Features.
Yes, it made me restart. That was the last restart.
I can't think of any reason why you can't. Honestly, I'm just going to heal Dave once. So we've got minimum health. Anytime he dies, just heal him again.
That makes sense. I've run out of health potions now.
It's all right.
Any reason what?
I can't think of any reason why you can't connect. I mean, honestly, I mean, I'd say ping me, but I'm not sure my router would actually respond to a ping. It might do, it might not. But if you were the,
Most likely won't.
if no one could join, I could understand it. But if it's just you and hopefully not Rob, I'm at much more of a loss. Yeah, but you haven't tried again because you broke your computer. There's always one person at a LAN party, you see, that has... No, I can't res you. Can't do that yet. Let me get this straight. So the monsters knocked you unconscious and decided to just give you a kicking until you were down.
I am having a hard time trying to think of anything else that would stop the ability to get the game running.
I mean, this is just the Steam version. The main menu definitely says version 1.11.1.
Pull it up.
Dave, you're dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
You're dead. That's what I said. You got knocked unconscious and then they give you a kicking. What the hell? That fire was aimed at you and I just took it to the face.
Mine says version 1.50.
It says what, sorry?
1.5.
Right, that's the wrong version. That might be an issue. Is it not off Steam?
Yeah, and then I followed the instructions on the page like you.
Wait. You followed what instructions on what page?
Followed the wrong set of instructions.
Did you patch the game to something random?
That's the expansion, isn't
That's the Legends of Arana patch, yeah. Yeah, that'll be what it is. Yeah, quit out, go to Steam, right-click, properties, local file, verify integrity of files. Feel free to throw me a heal if any of you got a heal. Just stand over my corpse with your ghost. That works fine too. Thank you so much. I wasn't aware there was a patch for this beyond this. So that makes a lot more sense. Though you'd think you'd see the game and it go wrong version rather than going, nope. Sorry, that's my modern thinking again, isn't it?
It is. You need to take 18 years off that.
19. 2001 this was. So, Rob, how old were you in 2001?
How old was I in 2001?
Yeah, sure, why not? You could be Rob this conversation.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright, go on. These guys have got a lot of rock. They're all bouncing off us as well. It's all physics on the rocks.
Don't know, 18, 19?
Wow. We were playing this at my place in Aldershot. We used to play, and there was Biggles. Alan, I think his name was. Do you remember what happened to Biggles?
I do not.
So he came.
What happened to Biggles?
Well, we played this, I think, every weekend for an entire summer. And Biggles came over one day and he was quite upset. We're like, what's happened? He goes, oh, my character's like level 150 odd. And we were like, what? What happened? He goes, oh, I joined a multiplayer random game, killed one mob and gained, 148 levels. And we're like, sorry, you did what? But he just joined a game that had been hacked. So they had like infinite XP scaling.
Oh dear. I remember doing that in Diablo 1 and being absolutely destroyed by people in armor that doesn't actually drop.
Oh, yeah. Hey! We've solved it.
Oh, and I've solved my computer. Starting Windows.
Is your character called Padlock? Also, choose the highest start location you can, by the way, or you have got a long way to run. I would apologize.
Maybe I would be the only squishy milk shield.
What, he's going to be a level 1? I mean, he'll say he's going to be a level 1 like I'm not, level 3 or something at this point.
I do like this whole LockDown LAN thing because it's making me find games that I had years ago and have long since.
Well, I mean, that's been the point of
Like
this.
I owned them.
Brian,
I owned
don't
Dropbox.
start
I
at the
owned
farmhouse or you have to run for miles. I did say that. I did say it out loud, right?
You did. I heard it.
Well,
There was words you spoke.
I was so busy watching him. Good plan. Let's become ghosts. Let's become ghosts down here. So on that note, Rob, I mean that was the point of this. Partly to play some classics, but partly to play some of the slightly more obscure ones. Now the problem with the slightly more obscure ones is it's quite hard to get them to run. Let's be honest, this one was a bit of a challenge, and this is relatively new. So
I think I've just had my first crash.
question for Dave, because you weren't here. Well, what's your options? What's the lowest option?
I've got all the options,
But they're all what?
it says character must be level 7 or higher. Character must be level 3.
So your only option is farmhouse.
That is correct.
Then that is where you shall start. And I scratched my head because I thought we had unlocked further ones than that.
Well, it says that you need to be a specific level in order.
That's
Yeah, the town of Stonebridge requires level 3.
okay.
That's
Well,
right. I'll be running alongside you because I just crashed out.
okay. Well, we'll see you guys when you catch up. So, Dave, part of the goal of this series is to play some old and obscure and not so obscure games. So, do you remember an RTS game and it was aliens versus humans, and the only key thing the game had was during the nighttime the aliens were powerful and during the daytime the humans were powerful?
Wow, I
Do
do
you
not.
don't remember that? Okay. Back, are you loading? You don't seem to be. Can't see what's happening. Dave appears to have crashed loading. Backer's not loading at all.
Yeah, I think it's waiting for the sync to do the final load, which you can't do because of the other player.
Backer, can you click go or can't click go or
I just have prepared.
not you? No, it's not all about you, Dave. Backer. Okay. You need to learn to press your push to talk key half a second sooner and to hold it 1 second longer. All we're hearing is good. Flip.
What have I done?
Have you clicked on join?
Negative.
Please click on join. The one that says I'm ready in the bottom right.
Yeah. I'm checking on something really quick. I thought I felt.
Whilst you do that, no one can do anything. When you're in that screen, the entire game is frozen waiting for you.
I did not know. You should have.
I know, that's why I'm like, come on. No, I don't know why it freezes everybody up, but it does.
There you are. Hello, Becca. There's a
Run,
hoe over there. Go grab it.
run, tiny people.
Hold on, let me turn.
So, Dave, the first ARPG that you're aware of, please.
RPG.
ARPG. We can say Diablo clone if you like. What's the first Diablo clone? Well,
I can only think of modern titles. I can only think of things like Van Helsing. Go over the bridge, which is east.
is there a compass in the game? Oh yeah, so there is, top left. Okay, well the first Diablo one I know of was called Diablo, and it was released by Blizzard in 1996. You've probably played it. You've heard of Diablo, right?
I played Diablo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small game.
What's the next one?
It also makes Adam whine like a little.
That's because it's shit, but then we won't get into that. What's the next one? This was specifically aimed at Dave because I've asked you all before and none of you know.
Ooh, know what?
What's the next ARPG that was released after Diablo?
Diablo 2.
No. What? Shut up. No. Well, it might be. I don't know. That's kind of my question. There was Nox, but Nox was single player only. What other ARPGs are there apart from of that era, apart from Diablo? Other question: what sci-fi ARPGs are there apart from Space Siege? There must be some. There cannot simply be none.
Shadow?
Okay, about that holding down your push to talk, you just said Shadow. Hold it for longer.
No, he didn't. He said Shadowrun.
I got Shadow.
Sounds like it's problem on your side.
What, my Discord is cutting his voice off?
Yeah.
Then
Brain.
the solution there is just half a second more. Shadowrun I don't recall. I vaguely recall it's isometric and got quite nice lighting.
Yeah, I didn't think Shadowrun was real time. I thought it was turn-based.
They did make a big song
But
and
there have
dance.
been a lot of Shadowrun games.
Shadowrun make a big song and dance about how their lighting could have been per pixel if only computers were fast enough to run it. That's the only thing I recall about it. Not sure I ever played it, just read up on the tech. But I'd like to find some other ARPGs. It cannot have gone Diablo 1, Diablo 2. There must have been some more ones.
Well, there were multiples, but they were like, hold on, let me think. Baldur's Gate and
Baldur's
Champions
Gate.
of Norath.
Oh my god. Sorry, JK, I was going to heal you and then he killed you. I thought Baldur's Gate was... No, I didn't think it was a ARPG. I thought it was more of a...
Baldur's Gate's a CRPG, like Neverwinter Nights.
C? Crappy?
What's the one on
Classic.
console?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Dark Alliance? That was it, Dark Alliance.
Is that a... Okay. What, not sure
Oh yeah, Dark Alliance was a console one. That was a very, very good take on...
what year was that?
Neverwinter Nights, wasn't it? Or was it Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, yeah. But what year was that then? And it wasn't on PC, so we'll struggle to play it.
2001.
You were just asking which ones were after Diablo.
Yeah, but
That was
yeah, PC. I never played any of the Baldur's Gates. I don't think. Don't know why.
Because my bloody physics teacher went through a double session, 80 minutes talking about Baldur's Gate and didn't even get around to physics.
Yeah. I think I remember one of the things that this game sucks at.
Well, it's odd that it has a level requirement. Stupid thing is, if he crashes, he has to do it all over again till he's at level 3. I mean, I don't know what level I am. I think I'm level 4. But what about, say, sci-fi or ARPGs?
I thought it said you were level 3 when I joined.
The game doesn't really have levels. That's why it's a bizarre requirement. I have 2 levels in melee, 1 level in range, 1 level in melee, 1 in range, 1 in inch magic. I am never anywhere does it say I am level 4
So
or
that
level
makes you
3.
level 3.
What makes me level 4?
Yes, it counts number of points invested as...
Well, no, because that's not how it works. I've leveled up 4 times, so I'm level 4. But it doesn't display that anywhere. Like if I hover over James, it just says Vandragorak's health 103. But sci-fi ARPGs. There's Crusader No Remorse, I remember that, but that's isometric-y turn-based-ish. Space Siege, there's got to be some.
Unless it's Hellgate that I keep.
Don't think of Hellgate.
Well, Hellgate's not really very... It's not really very sci-fi, is it?
Oh, I thought I crashed. It was just loading the world above me.
Kind of. It's more sci-fi than Diablo.
Hellgate is just pure Cthulhu, pure Lovecraft. But one set up with with aliens on a spaceship and miniguns and laser rifles, and I just
Aliens on a spaceship. I'm not thinking of the game you're thinking of. I'm thinking of System Shock 2.
definitely not an ARPG.
No,
It's on a plane.
I did say it was not the game you're thinking of.
Great. Rob, I tell you what. Let's set this back to front. You list every single game I'm not thinking of, and the only one left has to be the one that's. Unfortunately, I haven't got my iPad to hand, or I'd have a quick look. But I'm sure someone has done a list of every single. JK, do you want Fire Shot? By the way, I have a spare. He
The
buggered up.
Van Helsing games, but they're not. I think they're fairly recent in terms
Weren't
of...
they more like Devil May Cry?
No, they did. There's the whole trilogy of Van Helsing games that are Diablo clones.
Oh, okay. Oh, I tell you what, there is one, and it's really, really good, and you'll laugh. One of the best ARPG games I ever played was the Lord of the Rings game on the Game Boy Advance. The Two Towers was a superb Diab clone, and you wouldn't have thought it. Like you would have thought it would have been awful, but was genuinely excellent. Sadly, I don't think it's about networking. Or we could have played that using emulation and pretend Game Boy link up, which we've got planned for doing Advance Wars.
Wow.
Thank you for the health bars, by the way, JK. It does make it a lot easier to pick on someone that's got health.
Right, we've made it to Stonebridge. And
Hooray!
we're heading out towards you.
I assume this has got harder because of there's 4 people in the map, and obviously the mobs have got a bunch tougher regardless. Oh, I'm out of
Well,
potions.
you're also probably a level ahead of us now, so we're not going to do much.
Oh, it's adorable you think I've achieved anything other than about... I've just got hit a lot and run away a lot. And then JK and I are just healing each other. No, you be healed. No, you be healed.
What's it like reliving your school years?
My school years? What, healing each other? You and I had a very different school experience.
Oh, there's
Ah.
a body on the floor. I bet it's one of yours.
Wait, what?
Obviously it's not. I'm in single player mode.
Why are you in single player? Why aren't you joining? What's this to the left here? Oh, good.
So
They.
how come? Why isn't our guy using Zap?
I don't know. Why don't you join our game? Why don't you join our game?
Who's cutting out now?
You. Why don't you join our game? We solved the issue with the networking not working. I really look forward. I know the spell I want is called Healing Wind, and it's brilliant, and I can't. We nearly got them.
Oh, there's a resurrection statue down here.
Let's do that then. Rob, why aren't you joining our game though? Just unpatch your game if you patched it. Solved. Wait, Dave, do you mean this statue here? The one that, quite importantly, is not touching the ground. 1.1, 1.1. was on 1.5 point something or other.
Now I'm on 1.11.1.
Give me a second. I'll see if we can switch it. Okay, let's see what that does. I've no idea if that'll even do anything, but let's hope it does. That's much better.
Lordy.
I'm being chased by a fish.
So, Rob, why can't you join? What's the dealio?
Don't know. Just no network response.
Right. The only reason Brian couldn't join, he's on the wrong version.
Yeah, but I'm on the right version.
Network response. And did you, Brian? I believe you didn't forward the port. Is that correct? You did forward the port. Rob, try forwarding the port. Okay. Oh, there's a thing here, guys. There's a lever.
So you're getting no network response rather than it saying no games found at this address.
No, I'm getting no games found. I forgot what the message was.
Right.
The same as the screenshot. Right.
Hit the Space Siege was the sequel to the sequel to the sequel to this, and it was freaking awful. Yeah, Space Siege was a sci-fi ARPG. I believe it's the only one. Oh shit! I ate all my Pringles.
Once you pop.
That's okay. But I refuse to believe this genre has never had a decent entry that's not been Swords and Sorcery. Like,
I mean, there's modern ones. There's Warhammer Inquisitor.
I haven't even heard of that one. To be fair, Games Workshop churn out so much shit these days because they give anyone the license to use their game. Because they did the Dark Future game.
Yeah, they went through a phase where they weren't giving out their license to anybody at all, and then they gave it to everybody.
Yeah, what was that? It was the Blood Bowl rip-off. That was what started it. Because someone at Games Workshop pointed out licensing it would make them money. Taking them to court would just lose them money. But yeah, there's a Dark Future game. And I have never in my life, genuinely, seen a trailer that made me not want to play a game that I wanted to play before I saw the trailer. It's absolutely awful. Couldn't believe what
I saw that trailer.
Terrible job.
I actually own Dark Future. I was given it from a Humble Bundle. I haven't played it.
Guys, if you come in this tower, there's a lever.
Yeah, we're just outside fighting 5 things while you're just sat there doing nothing.
I was busy dying. I don't have any spare weapons for Backer, by the way. Oh, he's got a little tiny letter opener. That's cool. Here comes JK. I've got a fire shot. If anybody wants a...
For some reason, it looks like I have nothing, but I actually have a weapon.
Now stay on the platform, whatever you do. Wow. literally, as soon as my health goes down, I'm leaving.
No, these are only scrubs.
Okay.
Apart from that one over there.
Oh, I just picked up a spell. Oh, another fire shot. A biography. Maybe that's a quest item? Or is that just... It's quite slow going.
Just a lore item, I think.
Quite slow going, blowing up barrels with fireballs. I didn't get a word of that, sorry.
It's not alt. What item makes items appear?
Alt.
Which button makes items appear?
There's an... and if you look in the bottom right, there are 4 icons. It's the leftmost one, but it's also the Alt key.
My game crashed. I pushed the control key too many times.
Did it crash if you just turn on... Actually, you know when you get a new computer... Oh, mine's paused. That might be you just... yeah,
Quitting.
Dave's left. You know when you get a new computer and you're bored and you sit there tapping the shift key, it pops up the sticky keys message. You've all seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever pressed scroll lock 5 times? Neither have I. My kitten did it the other day, and it popped up an accessible. I'm like, I didn't even know it was a thing. Is it scroll lock? Was it? Was it scroll lock?
Scroll lock was it?
Yeah, scroll lock. Was it scroll? I guess you've all done it. I can't do it because it will absolutely kick me out.
Yeah, scroll lock is the key in between break and print screen.
Yeah, but it's like sticky keys.
Start at the farmhouse.
No, Dave should be able to select it because he's above level 3. Dave, did you not select your site location? You utter...
No, I was not above level 3. I'm level 2 still.
What? How can you be level 2? What's it? Your average? What's the what?
Oh, that crashed instantly.
Oh wow, you've broken. Great, you've broken it.
Would appear so.
What have you done? I wonder how it calculates the levels because I've got 5 levels. I've also got so many copies of Fireshot. If anybody wants one, let me know, or I'm going to set up a Fireshot shop.
Let's reconnect. Yeah, lowering the difficulty level might be a good idea, given that we've got 3 people who are low level.
I have. I did that about a quarter of an hour ago. But because of the way you get XP based on damage done, you will level slower. So just very...
I am level 2.
Can you see what level we are?
You are level 3.
What?
JK is level 3. And Backer is level 0.
Best get to running.
How's it done? Your levels are your combination of your leveled up skills. So I've got 2 in melee and 1 in magic.
Right, and I've got a total of 5, so that doesn't add up at all.
So you must have 3 in magic.
Start at level 0.
Yeah, and I've leveled up 5 times. My levels are 1121. 1121. I've leveled up 5 times. Now I've leveled up 6 times.
Maybe it takes your highest level.
Well, that doesn't make... No, I don't have any that are level 3. Oh, I do have one that's level 3. Maybe. Rob, fixing internet. Come and join with us. It's definitely working.
To get back to you.
It's definitely your fault, Rob. Well, that's what you can click on my inventory, my portrait, and have it root from the whole way. Rob, fix your internet. Come and play with us. Wait. You're talking about the things are very tall. Have you guys looked over at the trees to the left, by the way? They're about 900 feet tall and very, very straight. Oh god, JK's having trouble. I'm coming. I clicked on you, clicked on you, and clicked on you. My character just sort of flitted around. I'm heal tanking. I just stood there healing James while the mob beat on my back.
So you level up based on what you're using?
Yes.
Is that how this works?
You level up based on whether or not you're hitting things, firing arrows, casting combat magic, or casting nature magic. So in the top left, you can see 4 bars that fill up. Oh, there's a shortcut here. The door seems to be stuck. Okay, yeah, there are some shortcuts we can... not yet.
So does anyone have a bow?
I had like 5 or 6, but I threw them all away. There's a zap here, and there's a fire, so you can start leveling up your spells. So zap and fire shot, so they go into your spell book, into active spell slot 1 and active spell slot 2. No, don't give me your spell book. Oh, right. I know. Great. Brilliant. I give you a powerful spell of magic and murdering, and you give me some shit you found in a dungeon.
Dropped it. I accidentally picked it up.
I didn't drop it. I wasn't stupid to pick it up in the first place. Go and hit it with a stick. So, as I said, depending on what you do, levels your skill. However, doing dexterous things levels your dexterity as well. It's a really good. So if you look at your inventory, every time you go into your inventory, all your skills will pulse green, and that shows how much they've grown since the last time you looked at them. It's always worth leveling up a bit of a low skill. Yeah, some mana potions. What key was it to pick up everything? Was it Z to pick up all the toss on the ground? Yes, it is.
It was indeed.
Z picks up toss. These are some very big dandelions. Fix it, Rob. Fix it. Stop playing games. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
Right now, I'm trying to debug your UDP. See if I'm struggling to talk to your machine.
I sincerely doubt my PC. I would be very surprised if my PC
I'm
would.
struggling to see if I can talk to your machine.
All right, but yeah, I'd be very surprised if my PC's responding to pings. Although I expect it probably does respond to pings on that IP address on that port.
Well, pings don't run on a particular port, but I'm installing a UDP testing tool to validate that UDP is open.
Remember, this is all good stuff for your guide.
So if this is like based on damage that you do, I actually have to hit it first, right? Are these things so out leveled that I can't actually hit them? Most of my fire.
So, just before I answer that, did everyone else just hear the end of the sentence with the word fire?
No, heard the whole thing.
I got the whole thing.
So my Discord's just cutting the end off Brian's sentences.
I didn't hear the beginning of yours.
That's the story of my life, that is. I don't think you can actually miss with spells, though. Like, you can physically miss, like if they dodge, but I don't think you can actually just get a, a miss or an evade or anything like that. However, with these still ones, if you're gonna tank it anyway, you might as well just hit them with a stick. Oh no, yeah, you did definitely miss then, I saw it. We'll get you a bow before long, don't worry. Oh, I should probably be using a shield. I forgot I could wear shields in my other hand.
The minimum shield I found is strength 13.
Oh, time to level up my strength then. By hitting things. Oh, no, I'm out of health potions.
Welcome to my world.
I'm just like, heal, uh-oh. JK, can you track me a ninja heal? But you can dodge its bullets, like he does very much fire projectiles that you can avoid. It's not like Warcraft where you try and dodge something, it just curves around the corner until it hits you.
Which button uses H?
H for health, M for mana. A perfectly arranged set of hotkeys that are dead easy to click on the height of combat. Where are you, Dave? Describe what you can see. Oh, yeah, see, here we found the Western Cross teleporter, so we might be able to come back and get you.
IP address of you resolved to SL1 hole.
Oh, is this actually just the only way we can go? Should we go down here? Is this the dead end? I don't remember. Dungeons are usually full of loot anyway. Let's do that. Maybe there'll be a bow in there. No.
Did you mention teleporters?
No.
Does Stonebridge even have one?
I don't remember. I know the multiplayer map is set up very... We could use a teleporter. I know that in the multiplayer map, it's got quite extensive teleporter networks. But I recall them being so utterly confusing that you just spent your time teleporting around and then hope that you eventually found where people were.
Yeah, it's showing as port is listening or filtered.
Is that good?
Basically means I'm not getting access denied, which either means your firewall's playing silly bucket, which is
Unlikely.
Well, yours isn't.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm successfully talking to your machine, which is.
Are you sure you're not on the wrong version?
Did you put it into the firewall of your router or into Windows?
No, so I mean, Windows firewall isn't going to block anything going out, and I don't have a firewall on my router.
Well, it'll pop up the little dialogue saying, the one that always pops up saying, do you want to allow it to talk to the internet? But it defaults to yes. So quite often I've booted up a new program, used it for an hour, and I've quit, and then it's asked me if I want to allow access. And I'm like, well, you probably should have asked me before, not after.
I honestly don't remember ever seeing that done.
Every single time you use a new program, it pops up going, this program
I
is...
realise I only use a new program on Windows once every 6 months.
Yeah, but every time I've ever run a game, it will pop this up. Every time you run any Unity game, it will pop it up. Well,
No.
the metal, it definitely exists. Oh, a buckler. Awesome. No, don't die. Get back up. Where's our tank?
Right, which did you go towards Eastern Tower or Glittervale Glancer?
Well, we're in Wesrin Cross. This mob, by the way.
Oh, there's a closed door, so I can only go one direction.
What is going on with that mob? Oh wait, I can target it. That's amazing. Great. Good shot. I'm glad it didn't drop anything good.
Oh no.
So, running Windows 10, correct?
I believe Rob is running Windows 10 and a VM, yes. Ironic, this game...
In the search box,
Oh, what's this?
type in fire, and the first thing that will pop up is Windows Defender Firewall. Hold on a second here, let me how I did this.
This corpse doesn't hit very hard. It's also less flammable than I feel it should be. Come on, die. Very slow. I am.
Well, Rob.
Rob's as there as he ever was.
Yes, no, maybe.
No luck.
Have you just tried disabling Windows Firewall?
Yes, I have disabled the Windows firewall. No change. I'm still getting listening or filtered when I try and connect to you. Which
Which screen are you on?
Oh, bugger.
screen?
Yeah, what are you trying to alter? Tell me what you're at right now. I'll
Right.
tell you what
So
I changed.
right now I've turned off my local firewall. I don't have a firewall on my router, and I've set up port forwarding from my router to my laptop to my Windows machine.
On the port in the 6000s.
On the port in 6071 or whatever it was.
Okay.
And 2300 to 2000, 2300 to 2400.
Yes.
So those should all be open inbound to me. So I'm using port query to validate that these ports are open, and they do appear to be open. So, and they were before I opened the firewall. So I'll have another go, launch the game, and see if I can connect again. But I don't think anything's actually changed.
There you go. Magic armor. You're not going to die anymore. You're basically invincible. Go get her, Ray.
Why don't I believe you?
What? And I really have cast magic armor on you. Like, it's going to last another 400 seconds. 800.
No games were found at the specified address.
My armor rating's now 26.
You're welcome. I can't hear you guys any more than I am.
The thing I'm fighting has 66 health.
If only you were fighting the weakest mob, not the strongest mob. Oh god,
I changed to weakest.
Okay. If only there were weaker mobs to fight.
Oh yeah, there's lots of skeletons here.
Yeah. I'm kiting 2 skeletons. I can't heal whoever is unconscious right now. My character, there we go. If you've died, by the way, whoever's dead, you need to release, and then you'll be back alive with us in 60 seconds. I can't do resurrect yet. But you'll be pleased to know I've got 2 bows. One for each of you.
Yeah, well, I'm not using the bow. I want my
No,
belly up.
one for each of your hands then. Oh, a hat. Backer, you don't have a hat. I've got a hat for you. It's got defensive.
Oh,
In fact, I'm going to have the hat I just picked up, which has a defensive 1, and you could have my old hat, which does still have a defensive 1, but looks a lot less stupid. Sorry, a lot more stupid. So, you're welcome.
You know what? I think
Yeah.
I have spent enough of my night failing to connect to a network game.
What are you going to put on the website for other
I
people?
look forward to what we're going to play tomorrow.
Don't know. I suspect it might be something that works, like Dungeon Defenders.
I suspect it might be.
So you
Right.
still can't get in?
No. And that's enough of my evening. So, right. Have a good evening, guys.
Would it?
See you in Dungeon Defenders tomorrow.
Very likely. Backer. Bow. And a hat. I want you to put the hat on. You have a massive fucking Croydon facelift going on there. So put the hat on. It's blue. Put the hat on your head. Yes. You've tucked all your hair up inside your hat, which is soft and padded.
I'd quite like to get another level before I crash again.
Well, level something that's low. What's your lowest of the skills? Like, your fast shot will level very quickly.
Nah, I'll just keep going with the melee. I'm not too concerned.
Usually what I do is if I'm low on, if I want a skill, I usually level bows or melee, depending on what I haven't been leveling on that character. If it's, yeah, but when you out level them, you level it the stat a lot quicker. Oh God, why are there so many mobs? Guys, Dave.
Ooh, there's like 10 of them.
Yes. Stop messing around and get up. You're full of arrows.
They call me Pincushion.
Pincushion Pete. Yay! Grats. I like the way it talks about it in the third person because it's designed for a party game. So it just says Stabbo. The Stabbo does not have enough mana. Even that's the only character I can control. Oh my God, do I need healing hands so much? Sorry, healing wind.
You're the hero we need.
So I've buffed you all as well.
I like the hero we deserve.
I can resurrect on the next level as well, so I will continue trying to level my nature.
We're going to go in the room where the skeletons came from.
Yes. Oh, they're all in the bed. Oh, that's just grim.
It's just like a horrible, horrible bed.
Oh, there's some leather here that's probably better armor than what someone's got.
Riveted leather.
I'm apparently wearing also got magic gear.
Yeah, you take it because I've already got some.
I think what I like most about the game is its meta, is its leveling system. It just works so much better than you've hit mobs for a certain amount of time. Now suddenly you know how to resurrect someone, or you know you suddenly can summon a wolf. Like it just makes more sense that it just gives me more power in that discipline, and therefore I have to find a some sort of item to let me cast spells.
No, I absolutely agree. It feels more rewarding that you get better in the thing that you do rather than just picking that I'm a warlock and then 20 levels later.
Well, it's not even that in Warcraft. Sometimes as my mage, I would smash a kobold to death with a stick and suddenly know how to cast a better ranking fireball. Like, it doesn't even slightly make sense. At least here, I mean, it's essentially the same system, but it's dressed up in a way that makes logical sense. Isn't there a massive spider boss coming out? Like stuck at the end of a corridor?
No idea. No thanks, JK. I've already have a better shield. I just can't use it yet.
Does the shield have a low requirement? I could do with the shield with a low requirement.
How low? The lowest I can give is 13.
Higher than that. So I need to level my melee and my strength and my bowing and my magic, combat magic, and my healing. Well, that's going to be tricky.
I will take that one though. Thank you very much.
About 10 mobs. 10 mobs from the right, from behind. Oh, that is bad. Up. Sorry, I'm trying to find something to click on to run away. I'll keep rezzing you guys as much as I can. Apart from you, you're miles away, so you don't get a res. I'll res in a sec. Can you just unconsciously roll your corpse closer to me and then I'll res you? Oh, fine, I'll drink a potion. Pfft, I joke to you. I do really like the unconscious mechanic as well, because you can. Someone basically dies, you can just slap them a quick heal. It's like, get up. I really hope I get plenty of mana through healing by experience, but I think I only get a little bit.
Feels like it needs a constitution stat if you get hit, so if you die lots, you slowly get more health.
Given that you can infinitely die, that literally means I would just have left my game on overnight to gain loads of levels in constitution.
Yeah, you always gonna get people like you. but
Oi!
To make the game fun for other people. Bearing in mind it's a single player game, really.
Yeah, I mean the way that the multiplayer works is essentially a party just split apart into a whole bunch of different players. For some reason. Oh wow! So I can cycle through my spells with the E key, but if I do that, my character stops walking. So I can't click somewhere then cycle through them. Really want healing wind. Then I can just heal the whole party.
Almost at level 12 strength.
What's that? You can bench press 12 pounds.
Apparently so. At that point, I can still not do anything useful.
It's like with bows. I think you need to.
Level 13 is the big power jump.
Yeah, I think Dex 17 is the same thing for bow, because then you get access to crossbows, which for some reason require more strength Dex than but regular bows, which is definitely not right, is it? The crossbows, well, crossbows are always easier to wind, because you got the sort of the levery ones, and then you got windlasses. But I don't recall if you got crossbows that were just harder to load.
Well, the original ones required manpower. You just stand on them and pull it up.
Yeah.
Up towards your chest.
That kind of reminds me, did you play Stronghold with us, by the way?
I have not.
Ah, okay. That's on our list. We'll see how it's aged. So Dawn of War was really good. Like Dawn of War, I can't remember what Dawn of War was, but it was really good. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, shame we missed that one. I would have totally been up for that.
Oh, we're planning on playing it, yeah. I said what we've that's happened is the two Bryans had never played Dungeon Defenders before, so they're like, oh, this is such a good game. I'm like, yeah, it is indeed. And the Dungeon Defenders just got its final patch recently as well. So we've been looking at that and some of the new features, almost none of which we've seen because we are far too low level. Oh, bugger. Res plus.
Did you start a character again? Because you have.
Oh yeah. Because I didn't want to start it with one character in full grind part of the game and a whole bunch of newbies. So we started completely fresh. Deleted my account. Deleted all my. I had hundreds of millions of mana. So, but you know, I have no attachment to it. I hadn't logged on to it in half a decade. But yeah, leveling from the beginning. We're just about hitting the mid-70s now. So we should start to be able to do the new maps that we never really did. I think when JK and I were playing it, the pirate maps were still new. And now there's about a
dozen. I joined in for a couple of your games, but I can't remember what level I got to. It wasn't very high.
Well, you will if you're joining our game.
Bounced off.
You were probably leveling very, very quickly, but it does slow down. But yeah, there's half a dozen new maps, none of which we've actually managed to have a go at because they're all way too high level for us. Cool, there's some thick leather here, defense 10. Doesn't cover your legs though, so it's not going to be that good, is it? I'm sure there's a big spider boss coming out quite soon.
Is that why this feels like a boss fight?
Yeah, it's a really big room, and then a spider at the exit to it, and the spider's in a tiny little corridor, and I seem to always a pain in the ass. Why am I tanking? Press taunt. Go Stabbo the Stabber. Be curious to see if we get any more views from this. I don't know. A little surprised we didn't get more views on the Doom videos because Doom is a very current search term. Oh my god, stop dying.
Wow. Oh, there's a big giant skull around the corner.
Is it attached to something?
No, it's just floating.
Get off! Unfortunately, I'm out of mana. Every time I res you, about 6 bullets flying from off screen and kill you.
Well, when you see the giant skull, you'll see why.
Is it a lost soul from Doom?
It's called a rector.
Oh, okay.
A rectal skull?
That's literally what he said. The worst thing is, you guys are taking damage quite quickly, and my heal is a bit pathetic. I also like the way JK's shooting mobs at point blank range with a bow and arrow. Like, if you do that with a real arrow, you won't just kill them, you'll just put a hole all the way through them. We used to have a friend of mine had a compound bow in his... we set up a archery station, I don't know what you would call it, in his loft. And the first time we shot it, it went through the target and then went through the wall of his house. So... at the range that you're firing at, it wouldn't just stick in the mob, it would just puncture a hole all the way through them and shatter into little bits on the floor. I'm afraid I can't quite resurrect you.
That's right. There's a resurrection thing just there.
I will cast... Does anyone need magic armor? You do.
Yes, please.
That was a compound bow. This is only a recurve bow.
Oh, okay. Other things I like about this game: no weapon durability. Don't know how people put it. It's not fun. You're like, oh, brilliant weapon durability. I like that. Oh god.
Big note to the giant skull.
Ah, so much healing. Brian, I don't know if you were in the game. If you press X, you get little health bars.
Handy.
Dave obviously wasn't paying attention when we discovered that either.
Same as what I've got, but thank you.
Okay, I have like 50 health potions. Are you guys not picking potions up, or are you just...
Oh, I've got 6 left.
I've just chucked...
There's a bit of a cooldown on them.
Just chucked half a dozen down, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 30.
They're mana potions.
Yes, I know. But I've got...
You said health.
Well, the stage health.
I have 2 health potions.
Yeah, right. I'll say it again. Does anyone want any mana potions? I've got like 30.
Nope.
Sad times. Dave. 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 Swap armor with me. Oh, cool. Brian, watch. They're going to undress and change clothes. That's it.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll do it slowly. Wait, why am I the only person who doesn't have magic armor?
Why can't I accept that?
You've got no room?
I've got room.
Chuck your armor on the floor, Dave. Go on, undress for me. That's it. Let me see that.
He needs mine in return.
Let me see that.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Naked skeleton. I like where you've kept the shoes on. That's what the fuck are you wearing now? You just look like...
Good.
No, you don't. You look like a fucking zebra crossing.
Oh, I can upgrade my weapon, so I'll put that one on the floor.
Cool.
Nobody wants it. It's pretty good.
Is it? Oh, I was going to turn it into money. Really? I've been using one of those for
That's what I
ages.
was using.
Brian's just dropped his hoe on the floor.
See, this is what happens when you say attack weakest.
You end up reducing
change
the
that
numbers the
to-
fastest.
Attack closest.
That can help if you're melee, yes. Ah. I don't appear to be able to heal you for some reason. Ah, right, I had magic armor selected. Sorry. You stood up, so I cast magic armor on you, and then you fell over again. There we go. Stay up. And so
Things still hitting me.
if you miss a message, press page up to read the messages some more. I'm pretty sure if I got attacked by a real giant spider, its legs would just be very vulnerable. Or any of its eyes. It's got loads of eyes. I'd like at some point to level my zap. What's killing you? I don't understand this. Oh, it's the mucosa. It's.
You can get the skills from resurrecting you.
I can't click any faster. I'm out of
It's 'cause
mana.
no one's dealing with the ranged ones that are just absolutely spamming the crap
Yeah,
out
but the
of them.
mucosas are ignoring everybody else until you stand up, and then they just shoot at you, and then they just go back to waiting for you to stand up.
There we go. And I'm level 4 in melee. Excellent.
Good. So you get kicked out now. You'll only be one town
Seems
behind.
to, why are you turning them into gold?
Why?
Yeah.
For money. Or how? With a spell.
Oh, that's two-handed though, so that's not going to be of much use for me.
Okay, there's a giant room coming up, if memory serves.
It's full of skeletons.
No, oh my god, they were all archers as well. Oh, they've got fuck all health though. Oh great, and then my character just runs out in front of the line of fire of all of them. Brilliant.
That's the big spider.
No, that's a mucosa. Yeah. But it's not vile. Come on, level! Level! Oh.
Don't just take all the loot, leave some for other people.
What? There's 3 bows on the floor. How many bows do you need? Oh, no, that's not what I meant to click on. I meant to just chuck them on the floor, not give you a pair of crap gloves. 10 to 16, 7 to...
I read a book. There we go.
I've still got that buckler, by the way, that requires strength 14. I've been carrying it now for quite a while. Hooray! Now I can cast Resurrect. Brilliant. Right, so now I'm going to switch to Fire Shot. Wait, are none of you guys doing magic? Am I going to have to level both schools?
Looks like it.
Oh, okay, you're healing Dave as well.
Once I can get a decent shield and swords to tank quite well, I will then switch to some nature magic as well.
Wait, are you telling me, JK, that both you and I are healing him constantly and he's still dying like a fucking paper tonk?
I haven't picked up any nature magic spells to use yet, so once I do, I'll happily start using them.
Run away.
Wait, how come you're running away after I've been knocked down? Why didn't you run away before I got knocked down? Talk me through your thought process here. I said I've got a bunch of spells. I've kept all the ones that people have just left on the floor. Zap is the starting nature magic spell. Oh great, all the spiders buggered off apart from one new one.
Yeah.
They're not. There's 3 or 4 in this room.
Oh. Do you have Resurrect yet?
I can't tell, my inventory can't open. I think I do, actually. But I doubt I'll be able to resurrect you quicker than you can just ghost and stand on the spot.
I shall ghost.
Ah, I don't have any healing potions, so it's going to be even longer than that. So you guys have all buggered off, but between you and me are a whole bunch of very slow-moving skeletons. Sorry, we got this now. Now Dave's not dragging us down. We're doing fine. Oh, yeah, I have no healing potions, do I? God damn it. I'm just then jabbing the H key, which doesn't work. Oh.
You're dead.
I am dead. Wait, I don't get it. Were the skeletons just sitting there firing arrows at the corpse?
At least one of them was, yeah.
Cool. I apparently leveled up. Oh no, someone used a spell on me. Brilliant. There we go. So that's Zap, which I am no longer using because I'm leveling up combat magic. There is Fire Shot, which I dropped on the floor for you earlier, but you didn't use. Does that...
My mage armor needs a refresh.
Packer, do you want Fire Shot as well as Zap? Or just Zap?
Thank you.
Packer, that was not a rhetorical question. You just run off and left the things I left for you on the floor. This is why you don't have nice things.
Talking to me, so
I was.
I'm talking to you. I was
Do you-
actually looking at my... No, I have those. Yes, I have.
You have Zap, okay. Zap is your nature. You have to level Zap, and then you can do Healing Hands, of which I've only got 1. JK's got 1 as well. It's interesting the game kind of limits you, rather than just going, hey, cool, you've all got this spell. Like, eventually you can just buy more, but they are really quite expensive to begin with.
It's a good little bit of design, really. Just stops you from making an all-rounder party.
Yes.
Specialise a bit.
I'm specialising in being hit by spiders. Why am I tanking? I don't understand. Dave, didn't you pick up Rage
Feels
earlier?
like there's a rudimentary threat system in this.
You're using combat magic, yeah? Oh, you're not. Let me rephrase this. Who picked up the Rage spell?
Rage? I saw
Rage.
ranks earlier and I thought that
No,
was Rage.
there was a Rage spell. One of you's picked up the Rage spell. Right. Can I cast Rage on other people? I can't tell. Just says adds melee damage and subtracts a health point.
Still need mage armor if you get a chance.
Oh, sorry. Although this game has this awesome and brilliant and clever buff system, it doesn't have, you know, little icons underneath you. I had to like see which of you are glowing in the world. I don't know if I get better at casting mage armor as I level up. I think I do.
Using my buff, it's incredibly slow to level up off of it.
Off what, sorry?
My magic hands, charged fists.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's what I like about this game, when you have to like force a warrior to use combat magic, you know, fireballs for a while, just so he can get good at casting rage on himself.
It's weaken.
I don't know what that one does. But my combat magic is slowly going up because I'm now leveling that so I can cast something. Oh shit.
Well, if anybody needs arrows, I've got about 500 in me.
If anybody needs a healer, I'm down here and I need a heal.
Nope, I got a free heal because I leveled up.
That was in Diablo, actually. That was something I felt was quite a modern feature. Apparently not.
What's that?
Full mana and health when you ding.
Studded leather boots. I can't wear them.
Why not? Can you not wear them because they're too heavy?
Don't need those. Reduce range damage by 5%.
Also got fire spray. Sun gargoyle.
Oh, I can wear that shield. Brilliant. 2 defense.
I want some melee damage.
Spiders coming. Skeletons.
You need these spells.
If you don't want to spell, I will just hold it, because then if you need to level 1 in the future, I can just hand it out like a library.
I was asking if you needed it for your personal library.
My personal library. I've got the wrong my spellbook open. Which spell? Sorry.
Fire spray
Fire.
and jade gargoyle.
No, I have both of those. Can't use them yet, but I've got them both.
Fair enough.
That's a bit better. I'm up to 13 strength now, so suddenly I've just got a better axe, a better shield, better gloves, better boots.
All you need now is skills.
So I might last 2 more seconds in a fight.
Maria will be pleased. How is Maria anyway? Is she doing Zoom lessons with her class, or is she still having to go in and teach NHS parent to whatever it was?
Maria,
Yeah.
she is now back at school because it's no longer the Easter half term.
Uh-huh.
But she's only doing 2 days a week.
Okay.
After key workers' children.
Is that a lot, or is it just she just had to like babysit 3 kids?
Pretty much, yeah. If she heard me say that.
Well, that's fine. She can give them special attention.
Yeah, it's like key workers' children and vulnerable children in the neighbourhood, as it were.
What now?
What now? What?
Sorry. I kind of phased out that conversation.
Dave's better half as a teacher.
Doing teleteaching.
No, she's not that. I was curious if she was doing teleteaching, but she is not. Right, I'm going to follow you, Dave. No, I'm going to follow you, JK. I'll be back in just a sec.
Correct choice. It's down into the ridiculous darkness. This is very cool, though. Yeah, can't argue. She definitely is.
Yep. I've not found a woman that's willing to put up with me, so
Oh, it will happen.
I can barely put up with myself most days. So
It's one of those things that happens, and you don't get a choice about it. Once they
True,
decide,
true.
they decide.
43 now, so hopefully it happens sooner than later.
Oof. Yeah, it'd be fine. You could look for a COVID partner.
A partner for the end of the world.
Yeah, hot young singles in your area.
I'd have to go a really long way to find young singles in my area. Where I live is like really, really rural.
Oh wow. Cows, sheep.
Yeah, there are cows near. There are.
Dave, you live in
horses
a bit of
near.
a big city
I
and
know
you
one
live near
neighbor has,
sheep.
like 30 chickens or so.
Like
Wow.
where you
It's too lonely.
live, it's just cows everywhere.
I just paid someone recently to clear 1 acre of land so I could like plant fruit trees and whatnot if I want to. I'm thinking about putting a either a shed up there or maybe a greenhouse of some sort.
After planting a fruit tree, how long before you expect it to bear edible fruit?
Fruit trees take a couple years.
When you say a couple, you mean about 10.
Probably be depending on the tree. Some of them bear
Apple.
fruit in 2 to 3 years.
No.
See, you're a bit slow for planning for the apocalypse.
Well, my neighbour grew apple trees and chatted with her, and she said basically they started to bear fruit after 2 or 3 years, but they weren't edible for about 10 years. They were just horrendous. So I'm like, oh, never mind then. There goes my plan of ever planting a tree and eating from it.
Well, I mean, I can plant other things too, like plum and peach and pear, and then I can also plant all sorts of berries if I'd like, or grapes if I want to. But then I'd have to deal with the vermin that would attack them and eat them.
Don't talk about your neighbours like that. They're nice people. Dave, why are you putting as many mobs as you can in one go?
While I was clearing that yesterday, 2 of my neighbors approached and asked if they could hunt on my land now that they could see it. I said, sure, as long as I get a portion of whatever you get.
I mean,
Seems fair to me.
to compare and contrast, Dave has what I would call a big garden. How big's your garden, Dave? 300 square feet?
No, nowhere near that big.
Oh, 100 square feet. Mine must be 100 square feet, surely. It's 10 feet aside.
Yeah, actually, it might be.
Yeah, about
Yeah,
that.
feet. Sorry, I was thinking meters.
No, it's not. Jesus Christ, sorry. My garden would be, 80 square meters, 80 square yards for you.
How many dogs is that?
Square dogs. If they were Labradors, my garden's probably 15 Labradors wide by 12 Labradors long. Nose to butt, not shoulder to shoulder. I hate this bit. Can we get out into the daylight again?
My garden's not big enough.
For what? Like to grow fruit trees, I guess. But
Oh yeah. No, just I want it bigger.
for what? I can think.
No, really.
As an Englishman, I can think of precisely one reason to buy to get a bigger lawn than the one you've got, and that's to buy a ride-on lawnmower. I can think of
That's
no
what
other
we've
reason why I would ever want a bigger garden.
Hovercraft,
Right? Okay.
quad bikes.
But how
My
big?
hovercraft is full of eels.
How big a garden are you thinking about getting that you can razz around it on a hovercraft?
A small estate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough then.
I have a small estate.
See, I want that.
I was thinking about getting a dirt bike and running it up there until I can plant the trees.
Do it.
Aren't you?
Sounds amazing.
That's a whole acre. Now I have 2 acres worth of my land cleared.
Dave, don't you live in a terraced house?
What's that?
No, Dave. Dave lives in a terraced house, I believe.
It's not terrace. No,
Is it
detached.
detached or semi? Detached or semi-detached?
No, completely detached.
Ah.
I have no connection to my neighbours.
Ooh, look at
It's
you.
brilliant.
You have a very tiny estate. Okay. But I mean, your nearest neighbour is all of what, about 6 feet away.
Yeah, sadly so. We share a fence.
Ah. But yeah, we check because
I think my ultimate goal would be to have my nearest neighbours in a different postcode.
don't think anyone has the nearest neighbours in a different postcode. No, because we're on the stream with other Brian who lives in Worthing, and he just couldn't quite get through how rural Backer is. I'm like, because again, when I describe my house to Backer, it's just like, what? Like, for the UK, I have certainly for a. I'll have a picture of a turtle. Certainly for an urban area. Oh, someone's having internet issues. I have a big house for an urban area, not necessarily for
Yes.
well, I mean, for London, I do.
You have a large townhouse, but you are in the north of the country where the houses tend to be bigger.
And very, very much cheaper. Yeah, I'm not lagging. I'm just getting data synchronizing with the host. It's interesting. Sometimes I can. I had to unpause it. So someone is probably lagging.
There's about 20 skeletons all stood in the same spot, shooting at me.
Yeah, it says here, data is synchronizing with the host. Game will automatically unpause. I was just checking the skeletons are taking damage. There's just a lot of them. Essentially, someone got out of sync and it was resyncing them. But I forced it by just...
really old netcode is impressive.
Yeah, because Doom just went... Doom popped up a dialog box saying desync detected and then just never went away. Even when you can, even when you went to the next level and it obviously resynced. Just like, yeah, brilliant.
And turn-based games like Civilization just completely crash all the time.
Wow, that's amazing. You could just sync the entire map every turn.
You could, yeah.
I'm healing you as much as I can, I promise. Cool. I've leveled like a quarter of a level of nature magic through just healing.
That's pretty impressive.
That means I'm clicking a lot. I'd be even happier if I wasn't being hit. God, feck off.
All this healing spam.
Let me help back it on his one. Then if you can help me on my one so I can stop being hit. It's interesting, these ones don't seem to hurt very much, do they?
No, these aren't too bad. They just have a lot of health.
And I will replenish your magic armor.
Oh, my sparkly hands are stopped as well.
I'm hoping once I've leveled up my combat magic to 2, I will then level it to 3 before I finish my sentence. Yeah, I vaguely think there's a spider queen the other side of that door.
Well, we just beat up a big special version of one of those half spider creature things. So, you think there's something even bigger?
Yeah, there's definitely a massive spider
Yeah,
queen.
so-
Like, no, there's definitely a massive spider queen boss. This is the big room I was thinking of. Yeah, this is just an enormous room. I'm going to back off and break line of sight. Why are they hitting me? Get fucked.
I think JK was saying earlier they basically just go for the closest person.
Well, Want me to run away some more then?
Well, because you taste good.
Well, clearly it's because I smell good, and then they get a taste and go, oh yeah, tastes as good as he smells. But you're right.
Which is odd because you don't have much flesh on you.
True. I smell good on the inside. Yeah, see, that's bollocks because they just all walk right past Dave to come for me and I've not done anything, so... like, they're all targeting me. Maybe it targets someone with the least health, I don't know. Like, they've literally walked past everyone to hit me. Oh, there we go, he changed his mind. To be fair, for a realistic game experience, you shouldn't be able to predict what the mobs will do. Warcraft's aggro system was probably better before they said, oh, you're at 83% aggro. You're going to be like, oh, I feel like it's going to turn around and hit me.
Yeah, all the streamlining of that game has made it lesser for it.
This torch isn't attached to the wall. It's near the wall, but it's not on it.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have... Ah, good, I can use Leech Life. Awesome. I seem to call Leech Life is just way too expensive on mana. Don't get me wrong.
Seems fair, combining damage and healing into one spell.
Don't get me wrong, JK. I'm happy to send Dave in as sacrificial tank, but they just seem to go for me. I guess because I'm the cool one. Maybe it's my cool hat. I'd like to point out, Dave, that my hat matches your gear.
I think they're just scared of me.
So they run right past you to go and hit your mate. Yeah, brilliant. Incidentally, there was a Dungeon Siege between Dungeon Siege 2 and 3 that was only on the PSP. I found out today.
What was that, sorry?
There was a Dungeon Siege between 2 and 3 that was only available on the PSP.
Huh.
Which is odd, because I had a PSP, I bought fucking everything for it, and I've never heard of it. So I was like, oh, you guys failed at marketing.
Seriously? I never did complete Crisis Core.
Which was Crisis Core?
Final Fantasy Crisis Core on the PSP.
A lot of PSP games, they were designed to be played mobile, so they had, you know, enormous amounts of content. Sometimes, you know, somewhat artificially padded, but a lot of them, unless you really poop-socked them, you were just never going to complete them. So I've just noticed a spider here. I'm just going to break... Oh, there's a spider. I missed the Dungeon Siege. So, you know, in Dungeon Siege you can go AO and you can target something. Borderlands has an even more advanced one on the D-pad. It's really nice to be able to sort of say, go here, attack this, defend this, here's loot. And I miss games that... I think Dungeon Defenders, again, was the first one to have that. In Diablo 2, you could say, you know, over here, this is for you. Sorry. But if you saying over here is not really very useful. You don't know where the other person is. Whereas Dungeon Defenders has this massive, I'm here, for God's sake, someone pay me attention button. Dave, what are you doing all the way over there?
I'm being turned into a pincushion.
I'm healing. My character's just sprinting back and forth between players to heal them. Oh shit, I got
Bring the skeletons to you.
I got stabbed by a
About
spider.
1,000.
No, there's only... That's quite a lot. That's about 15 skeletons.
Yeah.
Well, I'm down. If someone can chuck me a heal. You can't do mouth to mouth. I've got no lips. Oh. Do you know, I reckon the mobs might actually target the weakest sometimes. That being fact, I stood up and like loads of arrows just came sailing my way. At least they're not doing large, they're doing quite rapid damage, but they're not doing... it's quite steady.
Yeah, I've got a 5% A 5% reduction on range damage.
Yeah, it was looking about 83 arrows stuck in you, so I wouldn't get too cocky. Oh, that's really annoying. F12 appears to be the button for screenshot, which is fine, and the button for bring up the tutorial.
Oh, that's mildly awkward.
Well, it means I can take a screenshot, but the screenshot might have... Yeah, it's got the tutorial thing in the middle. When I take a screenshot, I've got to put what I want the screenshot of in the corner.
I don't need that shield anymore. It's quite a good one. Or that one.
Oh, a blue buckler. Why? What? Dave, you and I need to have a talk about your hoarding. Well, I'll transmute...
I like shields, I can't lie.
I'll transmute those in a second. I'll chuck my shield down because I'm not going to be able to wear it forever. Anybody want anything on the floor? I'm going to count to 3.5 and then turn it all into gold.
Let me just check for swords.
There aren't any swords on the floor.
That's what we said last time.
Right, well, I ain't picking that up. If anybody else wants to just press the Z key. And I've got literally 30 potions in my inventory. And because we don't get any mules, my inventory's... It's never going to get any bigger. There's a resurrection shrine just here. Oh, a little bit of lag. We used to have that actually on the LAN occasionally. Yeah, so it's frozen up with the little I'm synchronizing data with clients at the bottom.
Yeah, I can see the pause and play button.
And I can force it to play anyway. I just don't know how good an idea it is. I wonder why this is suddenly started happening though.
Boss fight.
I mean, right now, I can see my send. Right now, OBS is sending up 0.5 megabyte per second. Dungeon Siege is sending up 3 separate streams of 500 bytes per second. How about Dungeon Siege use a little more of my bandwidth?
Would have this been steel modem era?
2002. Very likely you could have been on a modem still. 2002. If you were, you probably would have had DLs. I mean, hell, I still know people who've only just got rid of modems. So, maybe 50-50 you at ISDN or...
I was ISDN.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had DSL, not at that point.
No. I kept getting kicked out of Quake servers because my ping was too low.
I used to get banned from servers because they thought people would think I was on the server. So I get vote kicked. And I was like, well, if I was on the server, it's my server, I wouldn't let you fucking vote kick me, would I? But that was because we had a digital line installed to work, and I worked late nights on tech support, so I used to play... I mean, I'd answer the phone if they rang, but quite often I just used to sit there and play Team Fortress. At ping, a 15 ping. I have seen occasions where I believe that I was on a lower ping than people playing locally on the server.
Amazing.
Bad old days.
I had 512 ISDN up and down.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cost me a bloody fortune, that did.
Well, we used to have dual ISDN to my house, which was a shared house. The idea was we were going to bond it to 128k, so 2 streams of 64k. The problem was it was nearly impossible to share a bonded connection. So what I did is on my PC, I shared the internet. I shared 64k to my household, and I had the entire other stream to myself. But when everyone went to bed, then I could bond it just for my computer. But it wasn't possible to share the bonded one. But yeah, when everyone else was to bed, I had 128k of glory. That's kilobits. That's 16 kilobytes per second. And we were happy.
You could download your MP3s off Napster 20 seconds faster.
Oh, would have been 20 seconds faster. That would have been half the time. No, I mean, it was... E-Donkey was the good one. There was a game we were trying to play. I think the game might have been Descent, and I was trying to find the pig files because I can't find my discs for Descent. But I found people sharing Kazaa and eDonkey links for it. I'm like, I don't think those networks are still up somehow. I mean, they should be. eDonkey was a self-repairing network with no centralization at all. So in theory,
Probably still going.
yeah. But I think most of the rest will move to BitTorrent. Well, you say that, JK. More realistically, you stay up all night and see the top halves of 3 women. If you went, no, cancel. Waited 20 minutes of my life waiting for that.
Yeah, modern internet speeds have ruined the teenage boy's life.
Ruined? To be fair, it doesn't teach you
You have
patience.
to earn it.
No, we just have to wait. I mean,
This place is absolutely massive.
Yeah,
Should we be moving towards the centre?
No, I don't think so. I think we just orbit the end. We'll find the exit. But I was wondering if the size of the room might be why it's running badly. No, don't. That's it. Turn around.
Takes forever for this to go up. Dear God.
Hold on. Van der Greg said something. He said boss queen at the end, and the next time something I seem to remember. Yes, I seem to recall that there's the queen, the boss queen, spider. No titties, I'm afraid. Unlike Titan Quest.
That important feature for Spider Queens.
Oh, have you not played Titan Quest? The first big boss you find is a spider queen, top half human, bottom half spider, but she's got 8 tits just hanging out. Maybe 6. It's just not tasteful like the Diablo 3 spider queen boss. It's proper lewd. It's just like, honestly.
Well, somebody's fetish.
How do I get this to go up faster?
Which?
It's taking forever for this nature magic to go up.
The correct answer is you need to do a summon, but you can't do a summon yet. For a summon, you get the kilogram. Oh god, what have you guys pulled?
Some boss spider.
Also cast buff spells, also heal people, but if you're still stuck at the low levels, zap is all you get, and zap is shit.
All our buffs are worn off as well, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I have to combat buff you.
No, you don't have to.
No, fine, whatever, shut up. There you go. Hey, Brian.
Hello.
How you doing? You didn't come and join us.
Fine. Just want to see how you guys are getting on.
Pretty good. It's weird. I mean, graphically, this is a pile of arse. No matter how nice, it's a pile of arse, really. But it's so much better than Titan Quest. Why can't Titan Quest play like this, or why can't this look like Titan Quest? You should have joined us. If you don't have it, you can buy a key for 89 pence. Oh, what was the hat? Was it an intelligence hat?
It's no strength hat adds 12 to HP.
Huh.
And 5 armor, so I should take the spiky hat.
Oh, is it spiky? Oh, well, now we're talking. But yeah, so far it's been quite good.
It's great.
Oh, there you go. JK's using Leech Life, which I seem to recall is great, as long as you don't mind your mana pool disappearing at rare knots.
Just keep drinking mana potions.
I'm really sure the Spider Queen's the other side of this door.
You've said that for the last, I think, 3 or
No,
4 doors.
no. I said there's a really big room and then the Spider Queen. That's what I said. This is the big room. Look at the lever. The lever is a
Definitely
skull.
A big room.
It's gonna definitely be bad. That lever just screams, if you pull this, something bad will happen. A big monster will have to fight and it drops loot. Right, it doesn't sound so bad if I phrase it like that, does it?
Should I pull it?
Go on then.
Oh, hang on. Let me.
Actually, I'm gonna get up close, get screen.
Should get this going.
Hold on, I'll see if I can put my camera the other side of it. No. They thought that. Has everybody got the armor buff? Dave, do you want to calculate our chances of success? We're not doing that joke anymore. Oh man, now I feel old. I'm going to take a screenshot. Back in deco is just decreasing intelligence.
Like it.
I'm hazarding a guess, by the way, that my Discord is kind of lagged. Or you guys are a bit lagged. I'm wondering if they...
It's just my brain.
No, I think their servers are still having issues. The spider boss is a fixed boss. She can't move, by the way. Do you guys not remember her?
I'm pulling the lever.
That's what she said.
No, you're not a born lever puller.
Yeah, I was so right. Fuck you all.
Okay, dudes. Well, I'm gonna wish you good luck. It's
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow then.
Catch you later. Good hunting.
Thank you.
See you later.
Yeah, don't stand in the that shit.
Oh.
How-
One of those attacks does a lot of damage.
How long is this going to take to kill this boss with just basically Dave doing the only bit of damage and the rest of us just healing him constantly?
She's got 480 health.
She's only got 340 health left now. When was the first game to have dummies to give you your DPS? Was it Dungeon Defenders? Which was 2005, I think? No, after that, 2009, 2010. I'm trying to do damage, but pretty much I'm just healing Dave 3 times and then getting 1 fireball off.
So few of my hits on her are actually landing.
Well, sorry, she's not vomiting gob all over the rest of us, so it's all good. Hooray! And she dropped the squasher. What's the squasher?
It is a mace. It is a fast attack speed mace. It adds 1 to melee attack, 1 to inflict piercing hits, 1 to 4 piercing damage, adds 1 strength.
Oh, well, basically then, if there's no loot, I'm off. Fuck you all. Go on. I hope you choke.
To that.
Jesus Christ, this lift is a lot
I
slow.
will drop that.
I thought this lift was faster than this, or I wouldn't have done the joke. Oh god, it's still good. To be fair, these lifts were used to actually page stuff in. Though when you do come up, have a look at the do you have a lever down there to pull to bring it back down?
Yes.
All right, there it goes. Have a look at the
So you're telling me a game from what says 2012?
1.
2001. So this has got the same loading mechanic as Mass Effect.
Yeah. This game said that, I mean, having read the post-mortem today, they killed themselves to get a seamless game with no loading in. I think because Diablo, the loading, my god, it fucking hurts. We're in the middle of combat and you click and then you got a loading screen and then you come out the loading screen and it just kind of goes, ugh. How much strength have you got, Dave?
My strength is now 15.
I have a pair of boots that gives 37 to health. If you have a strength of 15.
I have a strength of 15, thanks to this mace I picked up.
Oh, that was the other word we were talking about. I wanted to know what it's called. When you wear a bit of gear to give you access to a different bit of gear to give you access to a different bit of gear. I don't know if it's got a proper name as such, but I always call it stacking. But there was an EverQuest term for it.
It's some sort of stacking.
I won't chuck it on the floor.
Needs badly for me.
Yes, I won't chuck it on the floor here, by the way. Are we all going to get on the lift or just stand near the lift? Well done. I noticed the Death Star health and safety regulations are in full effect with this lift. There you go. So that requires 15 strength, I think it was. Oh god.
Awesome. I'll put those on the floor.
Oh wow, your crap boots. Monsieur, with these leather boots you are really spoiling us. What the fuck? Why were they all waiting around for us?
Right, so Whilst I don't particularly do a lot of damage, I do have an armor rating of 77.
Wow, what's mine? 43. What does that mean? Doesn't tell you.
Higher armor ratings reduce damage taken in combat.
Well, no shit, Mr. Tooltip. Brilliant. I'm glad they spent the time to write that one. Armor reduces damage. Just seeing if there's anything on top of this tower. I think we're just at the next town, basically, though. Oh, there's some bad guys.
Well, that will be convenience because it is. Now that I've got the loot, it's time for me to leave.
There's a treasure chest on top of here. But I can't possibly kill all these guys by myself. Well, I can, but it's going to take me about 15-20 minutes. I think, see, this shows off the fact they could do stacked stuff on top of each other. But honestly, it's such a pain to navigate. I kind of wish they hadn't.
It is a pain.
You have to keep like spinning the camera around and clicking on the next bit. And the mobs don't seem to respect not throwing particles just through the middle of walls.
Not only is it stacked, but they're also firing down at you from above.
Yeah, but they're invisible and firing back down at me from above.
There's a resurrection scroll up here.
Oh boy. I'll grab that because you die a lot. Actually, I think I can resurrect. Yes?
Absolutely no loot at all in that chest.
The real loot was the friendship that we discovered inside us all along. I forgot the phrases. As they had their adventures, they discovered the real treasure was the friendship they had made along the way. That was it. Here we go.
I think it was a mace.
Now we can. Let's see. Now we're opening up a shortcut to return to the earlier parts of the game. I knew there were some shortcuts. Baka, do you want to run over and hit that bright red explosive barrel with your weapon?
Oh yeah.
It has to be a melee weapon.
Let's do that.
Now let's let him do it with his stick.
No, it doesn't.
Shh. Didn't do you any damage at all. And then you can open to that. That was from earlier.
Yeah, that's back to the town.
But I don't see what's the point in that. That takes us back to Stonebridge. And now we're heading to Glitterdale or Glycerin? Yeah, it's just along here, I think, just to the right. I vaguely remember.
Glasson, I guess.
I vaguely remember the mines as well, because that's where you got your dwarf. And everybody needs a dwarf.
The Mines of Moria.
Now the mines of Glitterdelve. Actually, Dave, I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of the streams that I do. Have you seen the tentative game that we're working on?
I have seen.
Glitterdelve
Involves some sort of train.
Yeah, allow me to sum it up. It's it's Open Transport Tycoon set in a fantasy world. Does that? Yeah. See, that's enough. That's the thing. I think that might just be enough to sell. Just literally that phrase. Like, and I've
It
done.
just depends which way you take your fantasy, I guess. Because it could go one way for me, and I wouldn't be too keen on it, or it could go the other way. I'd be keen on it. So if you're talking reasonably like your generic type of way with your orcs and elves and things, I'd actually be interested in. But if you went a little bit coof with it and had fairies and gnomes and stuff.
Well, the idea was a sort of a tentative plan. Is to do a game where it's dwarves, humans, and elves. So dwarves tend to dig up minerals, humans tend to make weaponry, and elves tend to do magic. And you've got kind of a tree, but you can then, like Transport Tycoon, you can either upgrade the resource with another town by transporting it there, or you can sell it. And then if it did all right, we would do another pack that was orcs, dark elves, and chaos or something. Whatever doesn't get through by Warcraft. And then the next one would actually have you able to do a PvP sort of bit. So that was kind of the plan, but everyone I've sort of chatted to about it has gone, "Oh, I like the combination of that." And one important design goal is it has to run on a pad, because I can't name anything. There's nothing. The console market is really missing a lot of games. So there's no Factorio, Fortresscraft, Mindustry, Satisfactory type game on the consoles. There's just none. There just isn't one. It's really not that hard. So it's
There's a general lack of economic empire building games on consoles.
yeah. I mean, it's not that many on the PC, but I mean, even with Nomancer, we rapidly, as the game starts to grow in size and complexity, it's really, really hard to keep it working well on a pad. And you've got to be quite ruthless. But having just played Dungeon Defenders, which does work brilliantly on a pad, despite being a very complex game, I know it's possible. So yeah, we've been sort of looking at that. I've written in my life maybe 30 train simulation systems, and this is the first one I'm actually happy with. So yeah, good. I'll carry on. I think it might actually be a good enough idea. We might actually consider doing a Kickstarter on Indiegogo for it.
Oh, that'd be good. That's definitely a way of testing the market properly.
Well, also a way of testing whether or not we can actually market something, which is not entirely straightforward. Yeah, the only problem we have got right now is it's Transport Tycoon style 90-degree corners. So it works. It does look a little bit odd. And
do what they do in OpenTTD for that, where you can still do that. You just suffer a
the way it translates is if you do more than 2 turns over the length of the train. It is also worth, by the way, scrolling back through one of my streams fairly recently, where I managed, after much searching, to find there's a bow here that's quite good. A pirate copy, very hard to locate, of Transport Tycoon on the PlayStation 1, where it was released. It's in 3D.
What? It's not the same game.
It really is. The 3D is amazing. It absolutely looks like Transport Tycoon, but in 3D. Like, it looks like it's amazing. But it's worth watching the stream back, because I have never played it before. I've never seen it before. Didn't do any. I just started to play it, and the controls are the worst thing I have ever used in my entire freaking life. What they've done is they've obviously put a mouse overlay on it, and then hooked up triangle to escape and X to left mouse button and circle to Y mouse button. So it's awful, absolutely awful. But I played it for a little bit, and the 3D was I was just blown away by how good it looked, and saddened me that no one's ever done a Transport Tycoon that looks like it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we can just level up my combat magic to level 2. I'm happy to stop there. I'm happy to play this again. I like this. There's just enough auto combat from the mod, from the my character, to keep this, so I'm not feeling like I just get bored going, attack this, attack that. I can just go, look, follow Dave, and I can take a sip of my drink without feeling like I'm in control of an idiot.
The combat system, just the AI controls for your own character, are just fantastic. The fact that I can just walk up to the one I want to prioritize, then set to closest, so it just goes through them all.
Yes. Well, I mean, that annoys me in, Titan Quest, Diablo, etc., where your character is a complete nothing. They don't do anything in their own of their own accord. Literally, they'll just stand there and die. So if there's not a mob you tab away, it will ignore you.
I think it's those quality of life differences that make this stand out and make it still fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to. I used to like. As Brian said to me, "Are we going to ruin another game tonight?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I used to like Titan Quest," and I'm like, "Oh," but he fell asleep playing it last night, and it's there's something about it. I don't know what it was. It's just like, this isn't that good, and I don't know why. Because it's a lovely looking game. It's got most of the modern things you would expect from a game like this. It should have been good. But it felt like Grim Dawn, in that you play it for fucking hours and you get no loot that's better than the loot you've already got.
That is true.
And it is the Grim Dawn people, so that doesn't really surprise me.
Whatever happens to Gas Powered? Oh, they went on to make Demigod, didn't they? Which they made an exclusive on
Stardock.
game system called Impulse.
Yeah.
Steam.
Yeah, I mean,
And
yeah, well, the problem was that Demigod was the only good thing it had. Demigod was great. Oh, wow, we played that a bunch at LAN, so that was really good.
it was the first Dota game that wasn't inside
What's the first? It was
StarCraft or
it
Warhammer.
it predated those. It predated HOTS, or it was the first MOBA as far as I know.
Wow.
HOTS was heavily inspired by Demigod. I'd need to check dates, but I'm fairly sure I'm right on that. So Gas Power Games got bought by Microsoft, and I think it's called something else now. I think.
Did nothing or produced stuff as a label?
I'd need to check. I can't remember. I don't think they've not produced anything of note anyway. I forgot there's a cheat code for this to drop a bunch of Badger armor, isn't there?
Not remember that.
There's a cheat in Diablo 2 you can type that drops a bunch of low-level armor. There's a similar one in this, but it's Badger. Remember, it's bloody blood of the Badger.
That's awesome.
It's not a useful thing to suddenly remember, though. Come on, I'm so nearly leveled. So, Brian, have you played this before? Did you play this back in the day, or is this not something you came across? That's Brian in America, specifically.
I played.
You did play it. And man, all I heard was you play it. What did he say?
Yes, I did play.
You did play it. Okay. Oh, I was curious for a non-nostalgic. I mean, out of curiosity, how would you rate this compared to what have we played? Diablo 1. We've played Titan Quest. What's your feelings? If he's responded, I haven't got any of it.
No, it's not.
I had very fond memories of Titan Quest, though, which were quite... Actually, Titan Quest was exactly how I remember it. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I like this. I like this. Oh, God, why is it so slow suddenly? You hit level 10 and you just hit treacle.
Yeah.
But the first bit was good.
Oh, we got...
It doesn't matter. They're both good at the same place. Both good at the same place.
They've also got friends in them.
Oh.
Definitely enjoying this one more than Titan.
But you played Titan Quest previously as well.
I seem to remember playing it, yes.
Oh, a garment just drops. Hold on. Wait. Press the lever.
Garments?
Yeah, I want to have a look at the garments. I've already got some garments, but I haven't got enough freaking int to wear them. I'm hoping these are... Oh.
I picked them up for safety. There you go.
What are they? Goring garment. Oh, +1 melee. Requires int. You and I are going to have to talk about itemization at some point, I think.
That works for your arcane mage.
An arcane mage.
Arcane knights.
An arcane mage who likes to hit things with weapons. Yeah, I'm not sure it does. Well, the thing about Dungeon Siege is that it's got a nice, solid progression all the way through. Or from beginning game to the end of the game, it's a nice, solid, enjoyable experience, and it's fairly constant with a lot of interesting sort of variation in the levels. Oh, Solance, I remember that being a good one. It is a shame there hasn't been an updated Diablo 1 remastered, where they've brought in some modern improvements, but fundamentally kept the game the same. Because that was just painful. Just not using any other than the mouse buttons, that alone was painful. But that's why I want to find some more ARPGs.
Diablo, it was pretty bad.
It has aged. But as far as I know, it was the first ARPG, and I'm very sure it was the first multiplayer ARPG. I'd be very surprised if I'm remembering that wrongly.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that came before. I can't think of anything that came before it.
Well, I mean, it was essentially, it was literally a roguelike. I mean, without any any two ways about it. Absolutely was a roguelike. You know, right down to the tile base, the random generation, the permadeath. It was just real-time roguelike with, at the time, extremely pretty graphics. But I think it did set the bar, certainly. And I need to do some more research of other ARPGs that I don't recall. Oh, I
The
can't.
problem is, if you can't think of them, they probably weren't any good, even if they did exist.
Well, that's why we've got Dead Island on the list, you see. So, I think when we're playing bad games, it makes for a more entertaining stream, especially when I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, do we have to play this some more? We've been good so far. We haven't given up halfway through. Brian's like, he goes, after about 2 hours of Hexen, he's like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm like, yeah, let's... Because we did complete the first episode of Heretic. Did you play Heretic?
Yeah, played Heretic.
Cool. Did you play it a lot?
No.
But you have played
a
it.
long time
You have
ago,
played
yes.
it. Right, name the
I've
boss.
played it, yes.
Right, name the boss at the end of Doom episode 1. The two bosses.
Deus Ex Multi.
I couldn't do that either because I'm a terrible, terrible gamer.
They're the Barons of Hell. The two Barons of Hell at the end of Diablo, of Doom 1. Everyone remembers that. But you can't name the ones at the end of Heretic. I can, because I did it last week. It's Barons of Hell. But the ones at the end of Heretic, it's just 3 skulls that you kill, and you're like, that's it. It's thoroughly underwhelming. And then we played Hexen, and Hexen has got the most awful puzzle thing. So it's all interconnected hubs, and you pull a lever on hub 1, which then alters something on hub 2. Then you get access to something else on hub 1, which you then pull to get access on hub 3. And just awful, sadly. Someone described it as puzzles through obscurity, which you don't really get these days. Oh, a Shardan bow.
Sounds like
LucasArts?
yeah, I was sort of thinking like Monkey Island, like used a dead rat on the hamster's face in the library on the second.
Well, it wasn't that. You pull the lever and it just goes, you hear grinding, and you're like, right, but where? And then you have to run around you have to run around then 3 hub levels to go, where's the grinding coming from? Anyway, we should probably stop there because it's half midnight. So try not to pull anything else. Let's kill these because we've lost Baka. He's obviously following me, and JK has gone to deal with babies.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you are here. Okay. I thought you'd mastered the art of following. Oh, Jesus God.
JK was following until he died.
Yeah, whose fault's that? Tank. Well, hopefully we can get Rob in to fix his network issues, and hopefully Brian's husband, because I think 8 players might be even better, because then you've always got someone healing, someone focusing on the different ones. Because right now
it would just be if it scales properly, because if mobs are hitting so hard, they one-shot the tank every time.
I think it only scales health. I don't really think it actually scales damage at all. But
so they just become sponges.
Yes, I think that's the more traditional way. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching Lockdown Land episode 19. As ever, please feel free to leave a comment if there's something you really want us to play, something you really want us to play again, something that you think we should absolutely not play. Let us know. We haven't played anything really bad yet. Like proper, we know this is bad. Not yet. Heretic was a good game at the time, but has aged. Dead Island wasn't good when it came out, but is a technically solid game. We can probably still play Dead Island. I didn't play it very much. I only played it single player, and I hated it. So I'd be quite happy to play it again and hate it with you guys watching. But thank you to today. Thank you to JK. Thank you to Baka for coming along, and this is just the other lift on the way down. And then I suspect we will at some point take some votes on what to play again. And let's see who won, shall we? Drum roll. Doesn't really work. Please hold. Still redrawing the screen. Ah, 3rd place. To be fair, if it listed healing. Actually, no. Let's just divide our score by death. No, it doesn't work either. God damn it.
Although, to be fair, my deaths there don't count because I crashed 3 times.
True. And I had to resurrect you constantly. But thank you everyone for watching. We do definitely appreciate those of you watching. It's been a fairly quiet night. I don't know why. I don't know what makes some nights busy, some nights quiet.